the Wanfu Federation's secret world is revealed, a hidden land of intrigue. 7 large city bases form the foundation of this spider's nest. Balin City, one of the 7, boasts unimaginable wealth. A private estate nestled amidst mountains and rivers hides within the city. The capital citadel stands tall, a beacon of power and mystery. A splash from the pond hints at something unusual beneath the surface. A young man with silver hair attends to his morning routine. He reflects on his striking appearance, a familiar yet intriguing sight. Bai Xiaowan, young lord of Balin City, introduces himself. He reveals a secret. He's a time traveler from another life. Xiaowan clarifies, it's reincarnation, not time travel, with all past life memories intact. A shimmering serpentine creature emerges from a swirling portal. Xiaowan observes the magnificent iridescent red-eyed silverfish, a gold-class creature. Summoned for breakfast, Xiaowan assures he's almost ready. Xiaowan bids farewell to his aquatic companion and heads off. The red-eyed silver-streak fish, a powerful pet and symbol of his father's strength. Xiaowan descends the stairs, observing his family at the breakfast table. His aunt and younger cousin enjoy their meal. His father, a man of action, emphasizes speed and efficiency. His grandfather, Bai Jingcheng, former city lord, arrives for a special occasion. His grandfather announces that today is the day for Xiaowan's awakening ceremony. Xiaowan accepts with a confident grin, fully prepared for the pivotal event. The scene shifts to the massive annual awakening ceremony, where the Federation's youth discover their fate. A successful awakening is the only path to the prestigious Imperial College for Beastmasters. Failure, however, leads to a crushing end to one's ambitions and a return to a normal life. Xiaowan internally compares this high-stakes event to the life-defining college entrance exams of his past. He calmly eats his breakfast, knowing the idea of just being an ordinary person is a hollow comfort. A sly smirk reveals his true thoughts. Such reassurances are nothing but empty lies. In this world, the talent to control beasts is the ultimate measure of a person's status and worth. He reflects on his own reincarnation, aware that without his memories, he'd just be another handsome face destined for a minor role. Xiaowan reveals his self-awakened A-level talent for Imperial beasts. He expresses his excitement about this incredible development. The nature of his A-level spiritual talent is explained: powerful intuition and beast communication. The benefits of his talent are further detailed, highlighting its combat advantages. Xiaowan calmly sips his drink, unfazed by the news due to his prior knowledge. His grandfather discusses the rarity of A-level talent and Xiaowan's potential. Grandfather worries about Xiaowan's youth and impulsive nature. A flashback shows a powerful figure, possibly Xiaowan in training or a vision. Grandfather calls out to Xiaowan, snapping him back to the present. Xiaowan looks up, seemingly attentive while enjoying his beverage. The grandfather warns him not to underestimate the ritual, as the Awakening Godstone is a unique treasure. He reveals the stone possesses a mysterious and powerful origin, shrouded in ancient history. A flashback shows a chaotic past, where monstrous beasts nearly drove humanity to extinction. In their darkest hour, the ancestors discovered the stone, which awakened the first beast-taming talents. This newfound power allowed humanity to fight back, beginning the era of beast control. The grandfather emphasizes that this single stone is the cornerstone of their entire civilization. He outlines the 3 stages to becoming a beastmaster: awakening talent, building a beast space, and contracting a pet. He acknowledges that some prodigies from powerful families awaken their talents ahead of the ceremony. However, these families still insist their children attend the public event for a crucial reason. They seek to use the Federation's powerful stone to further enhance their children's already awakened abilities. The grandfather reveals the true prize, using the stone to build the royal beast space in advance. Xiaowan questions whether the Federation objects to this, leaving his father and grandfather in thoughtful silence. His grandfather erupts in laughter, explaining the Federation knows about this loophole but simply doesn't care. He clarifies that as long as everyone registers their awakened talent, the Federation's rules are technically met. In exchange for this minor energy drain, the Federation gets to conveniently manage all new Imperial Beastmasters. He places a hand on Xiaowan's shoulder, assuring him the stone's power will be an immense benefit. With a confident smirk, Xiaowan assures his grandfather he understands the stakes and will take it seriously. Standing up, Xiaowan confesses that despite his deep knowledge of beasts, the awakening stone itself was a gap in his research. He reflects on the stone's incredible feat, a single artifact supporting the consciousness of millions, a truly magical power. His father then chimes in, passionately declaring that a man's duty is to master the ceremony and build his beast space. Xiaowan, looking a bit taken aback, quickly agrees with his father's intense declaration. His aunt immediately scolds his father for his aggressive tone, while he awkwardly tries to backtrack. The grandfather breaks the tension with a hearty laugh, playfully ruffling the hair of his son and grandson. With breakfast over, the family departs, their sleek vehicle speeding through the futuristic city. Their car glides to a stop as the driver announces their arrival at the Awakening Square. His grandfather instructs him to head to the Awakening Hall, revealing he has a speech to prepare. Xiaowan steps out, confidently surveying the area as he prepares to enter the massive venue. He gazes up at the colossal Awakening Hall, its banners wishing success to all the hopefuls. A student representative with a megaphone urgently calls for the affiliated students of Bailin City College to assemble. The representative's call is cut short as she stares in surprise at the imposing figure of Xiaowan approaching her. The student representative and her friend are starstruck, instantly recognizing the city lord's grandson. They eagerly greet him, one getting a little too friendly while the other maintains a respectful distance. He's immediately swarmed by admirers, all curious about his month-long absence and commenting on his appearance. A teacher proudly explains that this college is exclusively for the city's elite, the children of powerful figures. And as the city lord's grandson, Xiaowan knows he stands at the very pinnacle of this social hierarchy. Suddenly, a large figure roughly pushes through the crowd, catching Xiaowan's irritated attention. An enthusiastic, heavy-set young man barrels forward, calling out to Xiaowan with immense energy. Xiaowan swiftly intercepts the incoming hug, stopping his friend with a sharp, annoyed shout. His friend looks heartbroken, whining about how much he missed him, while Xiaowan demands he stop the overly dramatic display. The young man is utterly crushed by Xiaowan's cold words, reacting with theatrical despair. Xiaowan teases his dramatically despondent friend about his name, Yuan Potian. Xiaowan reflects on how his friend's physique doesn't quite match his heroic name. A fiery-haired girl confronts Xiaowan about his month-long absence from school. Yuan Potian sulks in the background as Xiaowan interacts with the girl. The girl, Feng Qianyu, introduces herself and issues a challenge to Xiaowan. Feng Qianyu proposes a bet related to the upcoming awakening ceremony. Xiaowan recalls a past bet with Feng Qianyu and its painful consequences. Xiaowan accepts the bet, confident in his abilities and anticipating her defeat. Xiaowan warns Feng Qianyu to prepare for the consequences of losing the bet. Feng Qianyu fumes at Xiaowan's nickname for her and vows revenge. Yuan Potian warns Xiaowan that Feng Qianyu's family possesses a special treasure to aid her awakening. Unfazed, Xiaowan dismisses the warning, noting it's expected for a powerful family to have such advantages. He internally trusts his powerful intuition, which has detected no real threat from his fiery-haired rival. The ceremony officially begins as a speaker addresses the vast assembly of hopeful students from various schools. The speaker is none other than Xiaowan's grandfather, Bai Jingchung, delivering an inspiring speech to the city's youth. He concludes his address with a powerful wish for success, his voice echoing over the sea of anxious students. With the speech concluded, staff members begin directing the massive crowd of students into the Awakening Hall. An official instructs the students to take their places before the towering crystal that will facilitate their awakening. As he settles, Xiaowan reflects on the mechanics of the ceremony, a central stone's power projected across the entire Federation. He marvels at the sheer scale of this power, considering it a true miracle of their civilization. The massive awakening stone pulsates with greenish energy within the hall. Xiaowan sits calmly, a blue glow emanating from his hands. The glow intensifies, revealing a spectral form within Xiaowan. A surge of blue energy erupts from Xiaowan. The energy explodes outwards, engulfing Xiaowan in a brilliant light. Xiaowan struggles to control the overwhelming power. The energy surges out of control, causing him distress. He's thrown back by the force, the energy coursing through him. Xiaowan realizes the energy is affecting his mind. Despite the danger, Xiaowan sees an unexpected opportunity. Amidst the chaos, Xiaowan finds a moment of clarity, realizing the path forward is simple. He steels his resolve, accepting the unbelievable power now coursing through him. A violent explosion of spiritual energy blasts him backward, overwhelming his senses. In the control room, stunned staff members watch the unprecedented pillar of light erupt from the hall floor. From below, Xiaowan is dwarfed by the immense energy vortex, filled with swirling ancient silhouettes. A colossal otherworldly eye materializes within the vortex, gazing down upon the ceremony. The staff finally identify the student at the center of the chaos, realizing with horror it's the city lord's grandson. Panic sets in as one staffer frantically orders another to alert the city lord, fearing the repercussions. His grandfather arrives on the scene, his face a mask of grim concern as he demands an explanation. A trembling staff member reports the impossible. A powerful, unknown vision has manifested directly above Xiaowan. The staff member admits that the situation is completely unprecedented and beyond their understanding. Both Xiaowan and his grandfather stare up at the colossal, ethereal eye that is manifested above them. The grandfather's eyes widen in disbelief as he identifies the phenomenon as a rare talent vision. He knows such a vision only occurs for talents of S rank or higher, a level far beyond what Xiaowan supposedly possessed. He theorizes that Xiaowan's A-level intuition must have mutated, evolving into an S-rank power. The scene shifts to an explanation of how, like beasts, human talents can also evolve and mutate. This mutation is a rare variation of a person's innate imperial beast talent, unlocking incredible potential. Throughout history, only a handful of beastmasters have ever experienced such a talent mutation, becoming legendary figures. These mutated individuals are revered as the absolute pinnacle of power in the world of beastmasters. The grandfather realizes with dawning horror that this mutation makes the awakening process incredibly perilous for Xiaowan. Grandfather Bai tries to force his way into the hall, but a staff member blocks his path, pleading with him not to cause trouble. The official explains that as the city lord, he's strictly forbidden from entering the Federation-controlled hall. He tries to calm the grandfather, assuring him that the Federation's high-level protection protocols will keep Xiaowan safe. The official adds that such a rare talent is a great fortune for the Bai family, but the grandfather's expression remains grim. Meanwhile, Xiaowan is engulfed in a torrent of spiritual energy, a blue flame flickering over his eye as he endures the transformation. Ancient characters materialize in the energy vortex above him, hinting at the nature of his newfound power. The vision reveals three concepts: the knowledge of heaven, the knowledge of earth, and the knowledge of man, a revelation that sends an agonizing jolt through Xiaowan's very being. The colossal eye in the sky shatters as the raw power surges uncontrollably from Xiaowan. This immense energy shoots up from Xiaowan, striking the central awakening stone and causing the entire hall to tremble. Xiaowan questions the incredible power he just experienced. He stands amidst a swirling blue aura, looking determined. The nature of his new Apocalypse Eye talent is revealed. The standard Beastmaster talent levels are explained. Xiaowan ponders the implications of his mythical talent. He realizes the mystery surrounding his unique ability. Other students' talents are displayed, highlighting the difference. Xiaowan's new vision allows him to perceive others' talents. He marvels at the outrageous power of the Apocalypse Eye. Xiaowan analyzes the eye's ability and its impressive range. Xiaowan realizes his Apocalypse Eye gives him a significant combat advantage. He imagines the unlimited potential of knowing his opponent's strengths and weaknesses. Xiaowan decides to test his new power on the other awakening candidates. He observes the various talent levels emerging among the students. He notes the prevalence of lower-tier talents in the current generation. Xiaowan confirms his ability to perceive the details of others' talents. He turns his attention to the massive awakening stone itself. Xiaowan's Apocalypse Eye detects something unexpected within the stone. The eye reveals the hidden nature of the stone's power. Xiaowan realizes the stone contains a powerful ancient spiritual beast. Xiaowan is stunned by the revelation of a legendary divine beast within the stone. The scene shifts to the aftermath, with students lining up to register their awakened talents. An official explains the awakening stone's importance to the Federation's prosperity. Xiaowan questions whether the Federation is aware of the stone's true nature. A chart details the different talent levels and their corresponding colors. Xiaowan contemplates the potential impact of a double S-rank talent. He registers his talent, causing a stir among the officials. Xiaowan ponders the complexities of the world of beasts. He's instructed to place his hands on a testing device. Xiaowan reflects on his current limitations and future aspirations. Xiaowan prepares for the talent test, ready to embrace his destiny. He accepts the path of a genius, ready to shock everyone. A surge of power erupts, showcasing his extraordinary talent. The system identifies him as Bai Xiaowan, awakening an A-level spiritual talent. The machine malfunctions, unable to identify a talent beyond A-level. Officials are puzzled by the unexpected error. They discuss the strange anomaly, questioning the machine's failure. Mr. Wu, an official, arrives to assess the situation. He suspects the awakening process has birthed a legendary talent. He confirms it's an S-level talent, a rare and powerful gift. Officials praise Xiaowan's supposed S-level talent, predicting a bright future. Xiaoan inwardly notes his talent is actually mythical, amused by the misunderstanding. He considers himself lucky, a slight smile playing on his lips. Classmates urge Xiaoan not to forget them as he rises in power. An official reminds students to complete the test as the next group arrives. Xiaoan finds the sudden enthusiasm of his peers overwhelming. He reflects that his legendary talent wasn't detected by the machine. The official notes the machine's impeccable record, surprised by the error. His grandfather appears, concerned about Xiaoan's well-being after the mutation. Xiaoan apologizes for not using the opportunity to build his beast space. Xiaoan looks down, his expression filled with regret for the missed opportunity. His grandfather beams with pride, dismissing the apology and highlighting the incredible leap from an A to an S-rank talent. He reassures Xiaoan that with the family's resources, building a beast space will be no trouble at all. Xiaoan decides his true power is unspeakable, a secret he must keep to himself for now. He resolves to first test the early warning function of his new imperial talent, the Eye of Apocalypse. As his grandfather leads him to a private lounge, Xiaoan vows to be more careful and experiment with his mythical eye in secret. His vision overlays the world with data as he decides to learn more about his new power by observing his surroundings. He looks on in confusion as his talent automatically activates, analyzing a nearby beast. The Apocalypse Eye instantly identifies the creature as a red fire dog, proving it can see through any enemy's intelligence. A confident smirk appears on Xiaoan's face as he realizes his eye can also provide tips for discovering treasure. He realizes that within a 10-meter radius, no treasure can escape his sight. He tests this new ability, scanning the crowd and locking onto two unsuspecting girls. His eye instantly identifies the valuable treasures they carry, from jade bracelets to rare stones. A sinister grin spreads across his face as he imagines how this power will grow with his own strength. He speculates that one day his perception might even span the entire world. Lost in a power fantasy, he envisions himself becoming an omniscient god overlooking the city. His daydream is shattered by a sudden, violent explosion that rocks the building. A nearby guard stares in disbelief as a fiery blast erupts from the lounge. The guard's red fire dog whimpers in fear as a magnificent, bird-like creature of pure flame materializes. Xiaoan looks on in stunned amazement, instantly recognizing the legendary form of a phoenix. Outside, Xiaoan and his grandfather ponder the fiery phoenix-shaped disturbance. Grandfather recognizes the phoenix as a sign of an S-level talent from the Feng family. Xiaoan reveals he intended to show off his own S-level talent to Feng Qianyu. Xiaoan decides to head home, since both he and Feng Qianyu have S-level talents. Grandfather summons two individuals, Angelica and Peony. Angelica and Peony are introduced as Golden Beast Masters assigned to protect Xiaoan. Angelica introduces herself as a Golden Beast Master. Peony introduces herself as a Golden-level Beast Master. Xiaoan realizes his grandfather has already arranged for his protection. Grandfather gives Xiaoan a key to the treasure trove for building a royal beast space. Xiaoan gratefully accepts the key, a tool for his next great step. This key grants access to the family's treasure trove, containing priceless spiritual crystals essential for building a beast space. He and his guards arrive at the vault, a colossal and priceless structure befitting the Bai family's legacy. Xiaoan confidently orders his new protectors to stand guard, ensuring he won't be disturbed. With a determined expression, he prepares to use the intricate key to unlock his family's secrets. He activates the key, unleashing a surge of blue energy that connects with the vault's locking mechanism. The vault's advanced security system confirms his key, iris, and bloodline before granting access. The massive, high-tech doors begin to part, humming with power as they reveal the path forward. As the gates slide open, a brightly lit chamber is revealed, and Xiaoan prepares to step into his family's legacy. Inside, he surveys the vast collection of priceless treasures, the accumulated wealth and power of the Bai family over centuries. He examines a rare artifact, the nucleus of the Phantom, recalling it once sold for a staggering 150 million. Ignoring the other treasures, he quickly locates his true goal, the family's supply of spiritual crystals. Opening a single case reveals a fortune in shimmering crystals, estimated to be worth 300 million. His jaw drops as he realizes there are over a dozen identical cases, an unimaginable amount of wealth. Overwhelmed by his family's obscene riches, his eyes gleam with the promise of unlimited power. He knows that building a beast space requires these crystals, with the cost depending on one's talent level. Confidently, he estimates that a few hundred crystals should be more than enough for his mythical grade talent. With a determined look, he activates his Apocalypse Eye, preparing to construct his personal beast space. A menu appears detailing the cost for a mythical beast space, with a perfect version costing a shocking 999 crystals. Xiaowan's confidence falters as he realizes he has severely underestimated the price of true power. Xiaowan trusts his new eye will guide him, resolving to first build his Imperial Beast space. He roars with determination, choosing the perfect myth option, which demands an unbelievable 999 crystals. An entire fortune in spiritual crystals is consumed in an instant to fuel the creation of his space. A week later, his grandfather proudly reflects on the news of Xiaowan's S-level talent spreading like wildfire. The family is inundated with requests from dignitaries, all eager to connect with the city's new prodigy. Unaware of the political maneuvering, his young cousin plays peacefully in the garden. His aunt casually mentions that even the powerful Feng family has inquired about a potential engagement. She muses on how quickly her nephew has grown into a man of great importance. After a full week with no sign of Xiaowan, his aunt's concern for his well-being grows. The grandfather calmly reassures her, explaining that an S-level talent requires far more time and energy to build a beast space. Grandfather senses a familiar presence. News arrives, Xiaowan's beast space construction is complete. Xiaowan emerges, surrounded by a vibrant blue aura. He floats amidst the treasure chests, empowered. Blue energy crackles and spreads across the floor. A lush, vibrant landscape begins to form. Xiaowan soars above the newly created world. He observes the landscape with a thoughtful expression. He marvels at the vastness of his royal space. He's awestruck by the magnificent creation. Xiaowan explains that building a royal beast space takes about 10 days. His imperial space can hold at least 1,000 beasts, complete with mountains and rivers. His mythical beast space has special effects that shorten growth time for his beasts. He marvels at the additional effects of his unique space. Xiaowan explains that normally imperial spaces have no collateral effects. His royal space has 3 powerful effects, each comparable to heaven's existence. He explains that the greater a beast's potential, the longer its growth cycle. But in his imperial space, even high-potential beasts grow quickly. With these effects, he can become the youngest and most powerful beastmaster. He explains how his space can heal poisoned or injured beasts, restoring their fighting power. Xiaowan is relieved, knowing his family's wealth can handle any expense. His family greets him warmly after his week-long absence. His grandfather comments on Xiaowan's thinner appearance after his ordeal. Xiaowan devours a large piece of meat with gusto. He continues to eat enthusiastically, surrounded by his family. Satisfied, he lets out a contented burp after finishing his meal. His aunt offers him his favorite braised pork. Xiaowan acknowledges his grandfather while enjoying his meal. His grandfather looks at him with a curious expression. Xiaowan reveals he's already built his imperial beast space, using a staggering number of crystals. Grandfather is shocked by the exorbitant number of crystals Xiaowan used. He internally fumes at Xiaowan's extravagant spending. Grandfather worries about the family's financial stability after this expenditure. Xiaowan, oblivious to the financial strain, enjoys his post-awakening meal. Grandfather suggests Xiaowan check on his grandfather's pet's offspring. Xiaowan expresses interest in the legendary red-eyed goldfish offspring. Xiaowan experiences a sudden wave of discomfort. He feels overwhelmed after his large meal. The scene shifts to the spirit beast egg repository. Xiaowan and his grandfather arrive at the repository. Xiaowan surveys the spirit beast egg repository, a place of potential. This repository holds eggs for family and ministers, a privilege of their status. High-quality eggs are available, but Xiaowan seeks something even better. He desires the best, a pet with unmatched talent and potential. Grandfather gestures, revealing a powerful, shadowy beast in a tank. A magnificent, iridescent red-eyed goldfish is presented, a diamond-class creature. Xiaowan observes the goldfish, its stats and abilities displayed. Grandfather explains the goldfish's unique origin and damaged state. Xiaowan considers using his Apocalypse Eye to help the goldfish. He focuses on 2 glowing orbs, possibly linked to the goldfish's condition. Grandfather presents Xiaowan with 2 potential spirit beast eggs. The first egg's stats and precarious condition are revealed. Xiaowan recognizes the egg as a rare and powerful amethyst. He declares his desire for this specific egg, despite its challenges. Grandfather seems surprised by Xiaowan's choice. He explains the egg's weakened state and the difficulty in hatching it. Grandfather's concern for Xiaowan's future is evident. Xiaowan insists on the amethyst egg, trusting his intuition. Grandfather reluctantly agrees, acknowledging Xiaowan's determination. He reminds Xiaowan to seek the red-eyed goldfish's consent first. Xiaowan and his grandfather observe the magnificent red-eyed goldfish. The goldfish releases a shimmering blue orb of energy. Xiaowan wonders if the glowing orb is meant for him. Grandfather explains the significance of the goldfish's scales. He reveals the orb as a thank you gift for choosing the amethyst egg. Xiaowan accepts the orb with a look of understanding. He promises to nurture the amethyst egg. Grandfather instructs him to combine the orb, egg, and goldfish. Xiaowan carefully places the orb into the goldfish's tank. The orb dissolves, creating a vibrant, swirling effect in the water. The orb interacts with the amethyst egg, releasing vibrant energy. The egg glows brightly, undergoing a transformation. Xiaowan observes the newly hatched creature, a white-scaled fish with impressive stats. Confident, Xiaowan prepares to form a contract with the fish. He initiates the contract ritual, summoning blue energy. A complex, glowing rune circle appears beneath him. He channels his power the egg held between his hands. He embraces the egg, further intensifying the energy. The egg pulses with light, nearing the final stage. The contract is established, binding Xiaowan and the white-scaled fish. The amethyst egg cracks under pressure from Xiaowan's power. A sleek white fish emerges from the shattered egg. 1 month later, a battle unfolds in a futuristic arena. The white-scaled fish unleashes a powerful water attack. The fish swiftly dodges an incoming attack. The fish's agility and power are on full display. The fish easily defeats its opponent in one blow. Observers marvel at the fish's incredible strength and newfound S-level yin power. The fish's qualifications have dramatically increased. Onlookers are astonished by the young master's powerful pet and its promising future. Xiaowan explains that white-scaled fish are special, and that water spirits need strong opponents to rise from neutral to black iron. He recalls the pyramid of ranks in the spirit world, from neutral and black iron to kings, legends, and gods. Realizing that growth is limited without fighting, he decides to go to training. The water condenses in his palm and a huge white-scaled spirit fish appears. He gives an order to Peony, who respectfully responds. He announces to his companions that he is heading to Candlelight Town. He explains that there are 7 major cities in the world, surrounded by 7 minor cities. Candlelight is shown on the map as one of the minor cities of Bailing City. The local volcano has spider spirits called candles, suitable for leveling fish to the black iron rank. He arrives at the station with his companion and sets off on his journey. Just as he's leaving, Feng Qianyu appears, furiously calling out his name. She erupts with rage, demanding to know why he didn't come to see her after the ceremony. Xiaowan casually dismisses her, stating that since they both awakened S-level talents, their bet is a tie and the matter is closed. Feng Qianyu argues that he left without a word, questioning if she's not even worthy of his serious consideration. She reveals she's been searching for him everywhere, even going to his mansion, only to be avoided. Xiaowan looks on with irritation as she dramatically accuses him of breaking his promise and betraying her. As he tries to leave, Feng Qianyu grabs his arm, refusing to let him go until he hears her out. Before he can react, another hand swiftly intercepts hers, stopping her in her tracks. His guard, Angelica, firmly holds Feng Qianyu's wrist, coolly advising her to show some respect. Angelica gives her a chilling glare, silently asserting her role as Xiaowan's protector. Feng Qianyu's eyes widen in shock as she recognizes the immense power of a golden beast master. Xiaowan calmly tells his fiery rival that's enough, while Angelica stands as a silent, unmovable barrier. Undeterred, Feng Qianyu proposes another bet, a spirit beast battle when the new school term starts. He casually dismisses her challenge with a wave of his hand and walks away, leaving her fuming. Internally, Xiaowan rages about her terrible personality, wanting nothing more than to teach the little phoenix a lesson. The scene shifts to a futuristic train station as an announcement heralds the arrival of the 1,000-blade centipede train. He listens as the train's destination is announced for Candlelight City, his next objective clear. This unique train is essential for traversing the dangerous wilds between cities, a land swarming with powerful spirit beasts. The transport itself is a tamed 1,000-blade centipede, a spirit beast transformed to safely shuttle passengers through the wilderness. Its body is as hard as steel, with each of its 100-meter-long segments forming an incredibly durable carriage. A train attendant explains the different carriage safety levels and ticket prices. Xiaowan confidently chooses the best and most advanced carriage, booking the entire space. He smirks, satisfied with his private and secure travel arrangements. His ticket is scanned, confirming his second-class booking. Confused, Xiaowan questions the attendant about the incorrect ticket class. He grumbles about his grandfather's overly cautious rules and travel restrictions. Impressed by the city view from the train, he marvels at Balin's grandeur. Other passengers discuss Xiaowan's presence and his powerful family. Xiaowan's Apocalypse Eye analyzes a fellow passenger's beast and talent. He observes another passenger's low-level beast and talent qualifications. He smirks, knowing these ordinary people are a world away from someone like him with his unique advantages. Suddenly, his Apocalypse Eye activates, sensing a powerful presence nearby. His gaze falls upon a quiet, silver-haired girl sitting alone, looking withdrawn. His eye reveals her S-ranked mystical talent, astringent luck, an ability to gather good fortune from others. As the train jolts, another passenger stumbles and bumps into the silver-haired girl. The passenger recoils in disgust, accusing the girl of being bad luck and demanding she stay away. The girl apologizes timidly, clutching her small, horned beast as she endures the outburst. The rude passenger dramatically moves away, shouting at the girl not to speak to her. Xiaowan wonders why someone with an S-class talent wasn't reported to Balin City and was instead left in a small-town academy. He decides this strange situation warrants an investigation as the train continues its journey. The Thousand-Blade Centipede train pulls into Candlelight City Station. A close-up reveals the intimidating face of the Centipede train. The train arrives at the platform, and passengers are instructed to disembark. Angelica, Xiaowan's guard, addresses him, ready to assist. Peony, his other guard, asks how she can help. Xiaowan adjusts his backpack, seemingly deep in thought. He instructs Peony to investigate the silver-haired girl and gather information. Peony asks if Xiaowan has fallen for the girl, but he denies it. He explains his interest stems from her unique talent, which could benefit the Bai family. The scene transitions to a dramatic view of Candlelight City, dominated by a volcano. Candlelight City, nestled near a volcano, is bombarded by watery blasts. Candle flame spiders, fiery creatures, emerge from the forest. Xiaowan finds himself surrounded by the aggressive spiders. He calls upon his white-scaled fish for aid. A torrent of water erupts, pushing back the fiery spiders. The white-scaled fish unleashes a powerful attack. The spiders are swiftly overwhelmed by the fish's power. Xiaowan stands amidst the aftermath, surrounded by water. The white-scaled fish returns to Xiaowan, its stats displayed. More candle flame spiders appear, ready to attack. The white-scaled fish looms, ready to defend its master. A fiery spider lunges at Xiaowan, but his fish intercepts. A blast of water erupts from the white-scaled fish. The water attack decimates several candle flame spiders. Xiaowan celebrates his fish's impressive power. He analyzes the unusual strength of the fish's attack. Xiaowan realizes the fish's power has been amplified. He considers finding stronger spiders to further test the fish's abilities. A chart details the levels of beast proficiency. Xiaowan reflects on his fish's current proficiency level. He understands that at the highest level of proficiency, a single skill can possess the power to split a mountain. This mastery is the true difference between an average beast and a legendary one. It allows the same ability to manifest with vastly different effects and power depending on the user. Xiaowan has a sudden epiphany, realizing the true path to power for his white-scaled fish. Determined to level up, he and his fish plunge back into the forest to find stronger opponents. 2 weeks of intense training pass in a blur of constant battle. His fish now unleashes a water jet with far greater force against a larger spider beast. The powerful blast sends the formidable creature reeling backward. The training montage shows various beasts clashing as they push their limits. His fish has even developed a new skill, a high-pressure water drill that can pierce solid objects. The white-scaled fish unleashes a powerful water jet attack. The fish glows with a vibrant blue aura, preparing for another strike. Another torrent of water blasts towards the giant spider. Xiaowan observes the battle, impressed by his fish's progress. He calculates the time needed to further enhance the fish's abilities. Angelica approaches, holding the white-scaled fish with news for Xiaowan. The report on the silver-haired girl's difficult circumstances is revealed. More details about the girl's misfortunes and struggles are shown. The girl's social isolation at the academy is depicted. Peony explains the drawbacks of the girl's S-ranked talent. Xiaowan learns more about the silver-haired girl's character. Peony explains what happened on the day the girl's talent awakened. The awakening machine malfunctioned due to her talent. Xiaowan finds the girl's talent intriguing and its effects on objects. He instructs Angelica to help the girl with her financial issues and transfer her to his school. Peony confirms the transfer order with enthusiasm. Peony expresses excitement about the transfer and Xiaowan's influence. Xiaowan and Peony react to a sudden disturbance. The silver-haired girl is shown in a perilous situation, facing a monstrous creature. Xiaowan recognizes the girl in danger. Xiaowan and his white-scaled fish arrive to find the silver-haired girl in danger. The white-scaled fish unleashes a powerful water jet attack. The water jet strikes the monstrous creature, pushing it back. The creature is sent flying, crashing into the cityscape. The silver-haired girl and her small beast look on in surprise. Xiaoan assures the girl there's no need to be obsessed with legends. Xiaoan and Angelica react to the situation, seeing an opportunity. Xiaoan abruptly departs, claiming he forgot to turn off his air conditioner. Xiaoan checks on the silver-haired girl, concerned for her well-being. Xiaoan asks the girl if she is all right after the ordeal. The silver-haired girl looks up at him, flustered and blushing from the close encounter. She recognizes him immediately, pointing out that she saw him on the train. He introduces himself and his pet as the girl, Gubai, thanks him for the rescue. Xiaoan questions her about her classmates, wondering why she's all alone. She explains that they encountered a dangerous mutant candlefire spider and were forced to split up. A flashback reveals her terrified classmates running from the colossal, monstrous spider. Xiaoan's expression hardens, his interest piqued by the mention of a mutant beast. He grabs her hands with startling enthusiasm, eagerly asking her to lead him to the creature. Gubai is completely stunned by his strange and intense request. She hesitates, warning him about the danger and her own supposed bad luck. He firmly grasps her wrist, dismissing her warnings about the danger. He confidently assures her that his white-scaled fish is more than strong enough for the task. He sees a perfect opportunity to train his fish on the mutant spiders and show off his skills. He plans to put on a magnificent display of power, hoping to win her admiration. His ultimate goal is to secure her loyalty through this impressive feat. From a treetop, Angelica watches them venture deeper into the forest, a flicker of unease on her face. She recalls a sudden chill from Xiaoan's earlier laugh, wondering if she imagined his sinister intent. They arrive at a vast cavern, where Xiaoan spots the colossal mutant spider guarding a river of lava. His apocalypse eye analyzes the creature, revealing it's a mutant candle spider, with the rare trait of dual talents. The beast's unusual mutation makes him suspect there might be other, even greater surprises hidden within the cave. Xiaoan summons his white-scaled fish to battle. He confidently reassures Gubai and prepares for a fight. Xiaoan strategizes, planning the first phase of his attack. The white-scaled fish acknowledges the plan. The fish launches into action, a blur of motion and energy. The mutant spider reacts to the incoming attack. The spider recoils from the impact. The enraged spider questions the audacity of the attacker. The spider summons its smaller companions to join the fight. Xiaoan directs his fish to target the densest cluster of spiders. The white-scaled fish acknowledges its master's command, its eyes glowing with resolve. It unleashes a devastating torrent of water, carving a path through the spider swarm. The mutant spider leader watches in fury as its minions are obliterated by the unexpected assault. It's stunned that a creature not even at the black iron level could possess such immense strength. Enraged by the defiance, the mutant spider snatches the small fish, vowing to crush it. At its command, the remaining spiders launch a coordinated barrage of fiery projectiles. The white-scaled fish looks up in alarm, seemingly overwhelmed by the incoming fiery onslaught. Unfazed, Xiaoan issues a new command, a blue flame flickering over his eye as he orders a new technique. The fish transforms, its body now a blur of motion as it generates sharp water blades to counter the attack. This new royal flow technique has pushed its speed to the perfect level, allowing it to strike with pinpoint accuracy. Xiaoan calmly dodges the spider's fiery attacks in a scorching cave. He maneuvers around the flying fireballs, preventing the enemy from pinning him down. The white-scaled fish he summons breaks through the enemy's defenses with a stream of water. The water blade describes a wide arc and blocks the spider's escape route. The fish and the fire spider come face to face, growing in strength. Xiaoan commands the spirit to ignore provocations and keep its cool. He orders the battlefield to be cleared, preparing for a real fight. The water spears sweep away the spider's webs and nearby minions. The enraged monster roars about its losses and sets the surrounding area on fire. Xiaoan realizes that the enemy is cornered and prepares for his final move. The mutant spider unleashes a barrage of fiery projectiles. The white-scaled fish expertly navigates the fiery onslaught. One of the projectiles strikes a surface, revealing its intense heat. Xiaoan commands his fish to attack the spider's legs. The fish unleashes a series of precise water bursts. The spider attempts to evade the incoming attacks. The water bursts strike the spider's legs, causing damage. Angelica observes the battle with a thoughtful expression. The white-scaled fish maneuvers through the spider's webbing. Xiaoan realizes the spider's cunning strategy. The spider's web grows denser, a clever trap designed to completely immobilize the white-scaled fish. Refusing to be outsmarted, Xiaowan orders his fish to unleash a new, powerful attack. The white-scaled fish acknowledges the command, ready to end the fight quickly. It unleashes a devastating water erosion technique, a torrent of concentrated power. The corrosive water melts through the webbing, infuriating the mutant spider. The fish multiplies its attack, sending out numerous powerful streams of water. The enraged spider recoils as its legs are struck by the relentless water assault. Powerful water blasts slam into the spider, drenching the cavern floor. The water streams then twist into high-pressure drills, converging for a final, piercing strike. The drills pierce the mutant spider's tough exoskeleton, overwhelming its defenses completely. The mutant spider's body dissolves under the relentless water assault, with the white-scaled fish floating victoriously above the remains. Xiaowan clenches his fist in triumph, a wide grin spreading across his face as he celebrates the hard-won victory. But the battle takes its toll, and the exhausted white-scaled fish begins to plummet from the air. As the colossal spider's body starts to collapse, Xiaowan dashes forward, seeing the impending danger. His triumphant expression turns to horror as he realizes his fish is directly in the path of the falling beast. Just in time, a surge of blue energy from Xiaowan envelops the falling fish, saving it from being crushed. A brilliant light bursts forth from the fish, signaling a significant transformation is underway. A notification confirms the white-scaled fish has successfully leveled up, achieving the rank of Grade 9. Xiaowan smirks, satisfied that his grueling training exercise has yielded the exact results he wanted. He stands confidently, his newly empowered fish floating beside him, ready for the next challenge. He gently cradles his exhausted fish, commending it for a job well done. He coolly reassures a concerned Gubai that his pet is merely out of energy and needs a little rest. With the battle won, he eagerly turns his attention to the defeated spider, ready to claim his prize. Standing before the colossal remains of the mutant spider, he prepares to search for valuable materials. He pulls out a sharp knife, a smirk on his face as he speculates on the treasures hidden inside. To his surprise, Gubai swiftly takes the knife from his hand, ready to handle the task herself. Caught completely off guard, he can only stammer that she has surprisingly good technique. Without a moment's hesitation, she begins expertly dissecting the creature's remains. A wild glint appears in her eyes, revealing a surprisingly high proficiency in anatomy. She calls out his name, presenting a glowing prize and suggesting he use his apocalypse eye to find the true treasure of the cave. Xiaowan is intrigued by something he sees. Gubai presents a glowing green crystal. Gubai's talent helped her find the valuable crystal. Xiaowan recognizes the crystal as an awakening stone. He realizes such items are incredibly rare and valuable. Xiaowan decides to keep the discovery a secret from Gubai. He plans to consult his family elders about the stone. Gubai announces that it's time to go. Xiaowan invites Gubai to join his family. Gubai realizes Xiaowan is trying to recruit her. Gubai acknowledges Xiaowan's strength within the cavern. Gubai appears troubled, clutching a weapon. Gubai reflects on painful memories and harsh judgments. Xiaowan comforts Gubai, offering reassurance. Xiaowan emphasizes Gubai's unique qualities, not monstrous. Xiaowan promises to guide Gubai to greater heights. Gubai inquires about Xiaowan's powerful grandfather. Xiaowan confirms and invites Gubai to his home. Gubai cautiously accepts Xiaowan's offer, hoping for change. They shake hands, solidifying a new understanding. His apocalypse eye analyzes the spider eggs, revealing 2 different gold-level qualifications within the nest. He realizes the leader's eggs have also mutated, creating an entirely new and powerful species of spider. Xiaowan envisions an army of these new beasts, a massive asset that could greatly benefit the Bai family. He presents a mutated egg to a surprised Gubai, offering her the gold-level offspring of the spider leader. With a cunning smile, he reveals this is a condition for joining his family, deeming her current beast unworthy of her talent. Gubai understands he wants her to abandon her current beast and form a new contract. It's explained that beastmasters often replace weaker pets with stronger ones as they grow in power. The 2 grim methods for breaking a contract are shown: either release the beast or end its life. With a heavy heart, Gubai accepts the top gold spider egg, making her difficult choice. Xiaowan smirks, pleased she chose the best egg, and coldly instructs her to cancel her old contract. It's explained that while ending a beast's life causes backlash, releasing it is a cruel but safer option for the master. From the shadows, Angelica watches intently, wondering which path Gubai will choose. With a determined expression, Gubai begins to channel her energy, preparing to sever the bond. She focuses her power, her hands glowing as she performs the difficult ritual to break the contract. A surge of power erupts as she finalizes the separation, severing the spiritual link to her companion. The backlash hits her hard, and she recoils in pain from the violent severing of their connection. Xiaoan feigns concern as she struggles to recover, her former pet now just a simple creature. With a heavy heart, she bids farewell to her loyal companion, thanking it for its service and setting it free. She watches her former partner fly away into the wilderness as Xiaoan observes her difficult choice with satisfaction. A cunning smirk crosses Xiaoan's face, confident that he has found the perfect, ruthless subordinate for his plans. Xiaoan and his new subordinate venture into the bustling black market of Candlelight. A merchant scoffs at a lowball offer for a cluster of red crystals he's holding. He furiously declares the item a priceless family heirloom, refusing to be swindled. The merchant aggressively defends his asking price, claiming he bought it for 90 million. Xiaoan smirks, questioning if the shopkeeper is trying to cheat him because of his age. He points out the crystal's lack of energy, but the merchant insists it might still hold a valuable skill. His apocalypse eye reveals the truth, a damaged core with a rare hidden purple-grade fire skill. He glances at Gubai, realizing her luck-stealing talent led them to this hidden treasure. With this secret knowledge, Xiaoan confidently counters with an offer of 900,000. The merchant dramatically drops the price to a mere 100,000, making it his final offer. Xiaoan confidently presents his card, ready to close the deal for the rock-bottom price. Just as the transaction is about to complete, a voice from behind commands them to stop. A man with purple hair and a fiery beast steps forward, declaring his own interest in the crystal core. He smugly offers 200,000, doubling the merchant's final price and outbidding Xiaoan. The newcomer intercepts Xiaoan's hand, accusing him of rudely trying to cut in on a deal. He taunts Xiaoan, pointing out that since the deal wasn't final, he has every right to bid, mocking his rival's apparent lack of funds. The man reveals he's the mayor's nephew, condescendingly offering to find Xiaoan a better-paying job. His arrogant lecture is cut short as his eyes land on something, leaving him completely stunned. He finally notices Gubai hiding behind Xiaoan, captivated by her delicate appearance. A lecherous grin spreads across his face as he declares her a rare beauty, his interest shifting entirely. Xiaoan steps forward protectively, suggesting they settle their dispute with a life-or-death battle. His apocalypse eye activates as he sizes up the rival, seeing him as nothing more than a convenient training dummy. The mayor's nephew seethes with rage, accusing Xiaoan of trying to impress the girl as his beast's stats are revealed. He furiously orders his red flame dog to attack, sending the fiery beast lunging forward. The flaming dog closes in, its fangs bared, but Xiaoan remains perfectly calm and ready. As the beast flies past, Xiaoan pulls Gubai behind him, shielding her from the attack with a steely gaze. He smirks, realizing that a fight with a real beastmaster is a rare opportunity he can't pass up. The red flame dog turns and looms over him, letting out a ferocious roar before its next assault. A confident, almost condescending smile plays on Xiaoan's lips, showing he's not intimidated in the slightest. He casually sidesteps the beast's lunge, curious to test the true power of a black iron-level master. Xiaoan calmly places a hand on the fiery beast, completely unfazed by its menacing appearance. The mayor's nephew sneers, taunting Xiaoan and daring him to stop dodging and fight. Onlookers recognize the notorious bully, whispering about his dishonorable fighting tactics. The red flame dog lunges forward, a blur of motion as it pounces on its target. Gubai watches in horror, certain that Xiaoan is about to meet a grim end. Deciding to humor his opponent, Xiaoan summons a swirling vortex of water to meet the attack. With a casual flick of his wrist, he effortlessly redirects the charging beast, a testament to his superior control. The red flame dog unleashes a disorienting afterimage technique, surrounding Xiaoan from all sides. Unimpressed, Xiaoan unleashes a powerful counter, his expression hardening with determination. A concentrated jet of water erupts from his hand, blasting through the air with incredible force. The water jet slams the red flame dog into the ground, leaving it whimpering in a cloud of dust. Enraged, the mayor's nephew furiously orders his beast to get serious. The red flame dog rises, erupting in a blaze as it prepares a powerful fire technique. It unleashes a massive, swirling vortex of fire that engulfs the entire alleyway. Xiaoan effortlessly dodges the fiery blast, a look of steely resolve on his face. He decides he's had enough of this warm-up and prepares to summon his own beast. With a confident cry, he calls forth his white-scaled fish in a brilliant display of blue energy. The elegant fish materializes, ready to face its fiery opponent down the narrow street. But the red flame dog reveals its true form, transforming into a colossal, fanged serpent. The massive serpent lunges, forcing Xiaoan and his fish to leap aside to avoid the crushing attack. The mayor's nephew reveals his second beast, a massive fire snake, surprised that Xiaoan avoided his coordinated sneak attack. Xiaoan scoffs at the dishonorable tactic of using two beasts, realizing this fight just got more complicated. Deciding to end it fast, he commands his white-scaled fish to launch a full-scale assault. The rival smirks, eagerly ordering his fire dog to counter with a powerful flame technique. The fire dog unleashes a devastating rain of fireballs, blanketing the alleyway in a fiery storm. The white-scaled fish is caught in the middle of the fiery onslaught, seemingly with no way to escape. A single fireball explodes with intense heat, but the fish's eye remains sharp and focused amidst the chaos. The alley erupts in a massive chain of explosions, completely engulfing the white-scaled fish. The nephew laughs, mocking Xiaoan for being a weak single-pet master who dared to challenge a black iron-level opponent. He sneers, convinced that the fish chose the wrong master and has now met its end. Xiaoan's confident smirk suggests the battle isn't over. A powerful stream of water bursts from the smoke. The white-scaled fish emerges, striking the fire dog. The fish sends the dog flying with a powerful blow. The fire dog crashes into some rubble, dazed. The fish confronts the large fire snake. The fish attacks the snake with a water blade. The fish prepares another powerful attack. The fish unleashes a concentrated water blast. The snake is hit by the attack and recoils in pain. The mayor's nephew stares in disbelief, unable to comprehend the fish's overwhelming power. Xiaoan condescendingly notes that his rival's beast had potential, but unfortunately chose the wrong master. With a predatory grin, Xiaoan grabs his rival's shoulder, driving his point home. The nephew seethes with impotent rage, utterly humiliated by his defeat. In a last-ditch effort, the enraged nephew pulls out a knife, ready for a desperate attack. He lunges forward, shouting threats, but Xiaoan remains completely unfazed by the pathetic display. Before he can strike, Angelica descends from above, effortlessly disarming him with a swift kick. Angelica calmly presents a secret letter to Xiaoan, sent from his grandfather, Lord Bai. Defeated on the ground, the nephew's last defiant act is to curse Xiaoan while still trying to buy the crystal. The scene shifts to a grand hotel, their next destination in the sprawling cityscape. Xiaoan observes a glowing blue cube in his hotel room. Multiple cubes appear, filled with thriving plants. Angelica explains the Bai family's secret evolution method. Xiaoan accepts the challenge of a new evolutionary path. The white-scaled fish begins its first evolution. The Bai family method is compared to a red-eyed goldfish evolution. The evolved fish, now larger and more powerful, swims among smaller fish. The fish transitions from sea to sky, showcasing its adaptability. The fish undergoes multiple transformations, growing in size and power. Xiaoan envisions his fish becoming a legendary ruler of sea and sky. His daydream is interrupted as the white-scaled fish playfully calls out to him. The reverie shatters when the fish headbutts him with surprising force, sending him stumbling back. He collapses dramatically to the floor as a worried Gubai rushes to his side. Annoyed, Xiaoan grabs the fish, which gives him a smug, toothy grin in return. He dangles the mischievous creature by its tail, his patience clearly wearing thin. Getting serious, he declares it's time for the fish to begin its evolution, pointing at it with determination. Xiaoan initiates the ritual, standing with his fish in a swirling vortex of energy. He prepares several vials of potent serums, part of the Bai family's secret evolution process. The serums are injected, creating a vibrant cocktail of power that envelops the fish in a transformative orb. The evolution begins, its tail becoming more refined and its eye glowing with immense newfound power. The evolution process intensifies, releasing a burst of vibrant energy. The white-scaled fish emerges, transformed and more powerful, its stats displayed. The force of the transformation blasts open the hotel room door. Xiaoan is astonished by the fish's increased size after the evolution. Xiaoan struggles to contain the now giant fish within the room. Xiaoan is overwhelmed by his pet's new, larger form. Xiaoan assesses the damage caused by the fish's sudden growth spurt. Angelica checks on Xiaoan after the noisy transformation. Xiaoan explains the situation and plans to rearrange the room. Xiaoan contemplates a solution to his giant fish problem. Xiaoan receives another secret letter. It contains exciting news about Redwing City. He's eager to explore the city's treasures. Xiaoan and Gubai set their sights on Redwing City. They arrive in the bustling city, ready for adventure. They browse the market, searching for valuable items. So far, nothing has caught Xiaoan's eye. Qiao Gubai mentions an upcoming auction. They overhear a conversation about the auction's rare items. Xiaowan considers the potential value of the auctioned goods. Qiao Gubai inquires about the price of a sparkling stone. The merchant dismisses her, claiming it's a priceless treasure beyond her reach. Xiaowan's apocalypse eye reveals the stone is a diamond-grade material. Xiaowan confidently decides to purchase the valuable item. He tells the merchant to name his price, ready to buy. The merchant sets the price at 30 million wen. Qiao Gubai expresses concern over the exorbitant price. The merchant anticipates another wealthy, naive customer. Xiaowan swiftly swipes his card, paying the 30 million. The merchant celebrates his unexpected windfall. Xiaowan marvels at a powerful, dominating presence in the sky. A phoenix-winged crane soars above, its impressive stats displayed. The crane executes a graceful, powerful maneuver in the air. Lord Bai observes the city from above, acknowledging his arrival was expected. A large, imposing figure greets Lord Bai, honored by his presence. Gui states his serious intentions in the city. Lord Bai is welcomed as a guest, despite his powerful presence. Xiaowan reflects on his grandfather's involvement in securing Qing Lu. The next day arrives and a grand building comes into view. Xiaowan is questioned about his intentions within the grand hall. Xiaowan questions Lord Bai's intentions. Lan Dongli, the lord of Linlan City, reveals the reason for their visit. Lan Jiki, Lan Dongli's granddaughter, is introduced. Xiaowan recognizes the girl. Lord Bai reveals he knows about Lan Dongli's granddaughter's illness. Lan Dongli questions Lord Bai's motives. Lan Dongli reveals her diamond-class imperial beast. Xiaowan feels the pressure of the powerful beast. Lord Bai clarifies the situation. Lord Bai proposes a deal to Lan Dongli. Lan Dongli questions the nature of Lord Bai's proposed deal. Lord Bai offers a diamond-grade core in exchange for Qing Lu. Xiaowan interrupts his grandfather, sensing something amiss. Xiaowan suggests giving the core to Lan Jiki for her treatment. Lord Bai is taken aback by his grandson's unexpected proposal. Lan Dongli is surprised by Xiaowan's offer of the valuable material. Xiaowan explains his actions, revealing his concern for Lan Jiki. Xiaowan states his fondness for Lan Jiki and his generous gift. Lord Bai contemplates his grandson's unexpected change of plans. Lord Bai suspects Xiaowan's intuition led to this altered course. Lan Dongli accepts the diamond-grade core, looking pensive. Lan Dongli agrees not to compete with Lord Bai, accepting the gift. Lan Jiki shyly asks Xiaowan for his name. Xiaowan introduces himself with a charming smile, inviting her to play. Lan Jiki watches Xiaowan leave, a thoughtful expression on her face. Xiaowan reflects on his actions, hinting at a hidden motive. Xiaowan covers his eye, revealing a cunning plan. Xiaowan analyzes Lan Jiki and her beast's potential. Xiaowan reflects on his investment in Lan Jiki, expecting a return. A large crowd gathers in a grand hall, anticipating an important event. An elegant auctioneer in a striking red dress welcomes the crowd to the event. She strikes her gavel, officially kicking off the highly anticipated auction. The first item is revealed, a rare, gold-level purple thunder eagle egg with a starting bid of 1 million. The crowd murmurs, recognizing the beast's notorious difficulty and questioning its value. From a private suite, Xiaowan and his grandfather observe the egg, contemplating its potential. Xiaowan's gaze sharpens as he inspects the glowing purple egg with intense curiosity. Back in the main hall, the auctioneer's call for bids is met with complete silence. A lone bid of 1 million echoes from the private box, shocking the onlookers below. The auctioneer breathes a sigh of relief, grateful that a buyer has finally emerged. Lord Bai cautions his grandson about the difficult beast, but Xiaowan's confident smirk shows he has a plan. Xiaowan's intuition tells him the egg is special. He's excited to have found such a rare item at the auction. The auctioneer announces Xiaowan as the winner of the egg. An hour passes and the auction continues. The final item, Qing Lu, is presented. The auctioneer explains the bidding rules for the final item. The bidding for Qing Lu becomes intense. Lord Bai advises Xiaowan to wait for the right moment to bid. Xiaowan is determined to win Qing Lu for a specific reason. He's unsure how to use the awakening stone he already possesses. Xiaowan researches the uses of originium for enlightenment. The first method involves carrying originium for a potential FB-level talent awakening. The second method involves embedding originium, potentially awakening a CA-level talent. The mutated spider leader likely awakened its second talent through the second method. The third method uses originium in a complex mixture for SSSS-level talent awakening. The third method requires rare materials held by the Bai family. Xiaowan and Lord Bai bid 500 million at the auction. A determined bidder aims to reach diamond level with Qing Lu. Another bidder raises the stakes to 700 million Kyushu coins. Tang Di, a top gold-level beastmaster, desperately needs the auctioned material. Tang Di slams his fist down, furious at being outbid so decisively. His anger turns to shock as he realizes he's competing against a legendary diamond-level beastmaster. The auctioneer recognizes the bidder as the powerful figure the city lord personally welcomed. She clears her throat, trying to regain control as the entire hall buzzes with speculation. With a nervous smile, she calls for any other bids against the staggering 900 million. Tang Di wisely backs down, respectfully acknowledging he can't compete with such a powerhouse. The auctioneer calls the bid for a second time, giving the crowd one last chance to challenge. With a confident smile, she calls the bid for the third and final time, sealing the deal. She briefly wonders why Lord Lan, another powerful figure, didn't join the bidding for such a rare item. The auctioneer triumphantly announces that the guests in box number 3 have won the Qing Yuan Lu. Someone bursts into the room with news for Lord Bai. Lord Bai reveals his grandson was responsible for stopping a robbery. Qiao expresses disbelief at Xiaowan's small stature. Xiaowan is close to acquiring a second talent. A deal is struck between Xiaowan and the others. Xiaowan wonders about the details of the agreement. Xiaowan learns he will fight Lord Qi's granddaughter in 3 days. Xiaowan reacts with surprise to the news of the upcoming fight. The scene shifts to the city lord's mansion in Redwing City. A figure dramatically bursts through the doors. Qiani makes a striking entrance, her vibrant outfit and confident pose demanding attention. She playfully greets her grandfather, her energetic arrival suggesting a close bond. Qiani questions her grandfather's summons, threatening playful retaliation if it's unimportant. Her grandfather offers her a chance to obtain a powerful diamond-level beast, piquing her interest. Intrigued, she asks about the opportunity, eager to learn more about this potential power-up. The condition for obtaining the diamond-level beast is revealed. She must defeat someone. Lord Bai instructs Xiaowan to seize an opportunity in Red Crow Valley, hinting at a strategic move. Lord Bai and Xiaowan encounter Qiao Gui and Qiani, setting the stage for a confrontation. Qiao Gui expresses a desire for Xiaowan's defeat, revealing a competitive spirit. Qiani introduces herself to Xiaowan, her forwardness hinting at a challenging personality. A fiery challenge is issued and the battle is about to begin. Qiani's stats and beast are revealed, showcasing her fiery prowess. Her red-winged crow, a formidable fire-wind beast, takes center stage. The crow takes to the skies, ready to dominate the aerial battlefield. Xiaowan is prompted to summon his beast, the challenge officially accepted. He calls forth his giant-scaled fish, ready to answer the call to battle. The fish makes a dramatic entrance, its sheer size already intimidating. Xiaowan seems surprised by his fish's sudden, significant growth. The fish's playful nature is revealed despite its imposing presence. Qiani finds the fish adorable, but Xiaowan is less amused by its antics. Xiaowan realizes the crystal he bought gave his fish a convenient size-shifting ability. The red-winged crow lets out a piercing cry as it dives in for an attack. Qiani fiercely commands her beast to unleash a powerful wing slash. The crow unleashes a flurry of sharp, crescent-shaped energy blades. The attack strikes true, sending Xiaowan and his fish flying backward. His confident expression shatters, surprised by the unexpected force of the blow. He tumbles through the air, completely caught off guard by the powerful assault. Recovering quickly, he orders his fish to counterattack with a precise water gun blast. The fish unleashes a rapid-fire barrage of water bullets, striking the crow mid-flight. The water streams then twist into powerful torrents, ensnaring the fiery bird. Qiani urgently warns her beast as it's ensnared by the powerful water attack. Despite the warning, the crow struggles but manages to escape the watery grasp. He gives his fish a confident thumbs up, impressed by its newly evolved range and power. But their celebration is cut short as a second, even larger beast emerges from the smoke. His apocalypse eye reveals the new threat, a diamond-grade golden eagle, Qiani's second beast. Without warning, the golden eagle unleashes a powerful torrent of flames. His confidence falters as he realizes his critical mistake. He completely forgot she had a second pet. The fiery blast engulfs his fish, but he calculates the damage won't be critical. He feigns humility with a charming smile, claiming he's still new to Beastmaster battles. Unimpressed by his act, Qiani's expression turns manic as she prepares an even more powerful assault. Qiani unleashes the full coordinated power of her two formidable avian beasts. Xiaowan calculates that her A-level talent amplifies her beast's power by 3 times. He stands his ground as 2 devastating attacks converge on him from opposite sides. He calmly instructs his fish to wait for the perfect moment to counter the pincer move. From the sidelines, Qiao Gui taunts Lord Bai, certain of his granddaughter's victory. The red-winged crow's fierce wind attack slams into the ground with incredible force. Simultaneously, the golden eagle unleashes a concentrated blast of fire to complete the trap. The two attacks combine, erupting in a massive explosion that engulfs the battlefield. Lord Bai clenches his fist in frustration, worried by his grandson's defensive strategy. With a smirk, Xiaoan finally makes his move, unleashing a powerful water-based counterattack. Qiao and Qiao Gui are shocked by Xiaoan's power. Xiaoan unleashes a powerful, unexpected technique. He explains his newfound ability to manipulate water. He's ready to end the fight, confident in his control. He commands his fish to use a powerful water attack. The giant fish unleashes a massive water gun blast. Qiao Gui is astonished by the fish's power. Lord Bai is equally surprised by his grandson's strength. The fish prepares for another powerful water attack. A torrent of water erupts from the fish's mouth. The red-winged crow soars through a torrent of water. The crow is caught in the powerful water blast. Qiao looks on as her crow is knocked to the ground. She orders her crow to attack Xiaoan directly with a fiery assault. Xiaoan stands calmly as the golden eagle dives towards him. The golden eagle unleashes a fiery attack. The crow is engulfed in flames. Qiao Gui worries about the collateral damage of the attack. Xiaoan's fish prepares a counterattack. Xiaoan tells his fish not to harm the crow. The fish's massive water blast collides with the crow's fiery projectile, creating a spectacular explosion of steam. The water attack easily overpowers the flames, continuing its path directly toward a stunned Qiao. Her confident expression shatters into pure shock as she realizes the overwhelming power of the attack. From the sidelines, Lord Bai calmly reassures Qiao Gui, certain his grandson knows his limits and won't cause real harm. Instead of crushing her, the water gently scoops up Qiao, who frantically concedes defeat. With his fish perched on his head, Xiaoan smirks and accepts her surrender, the battle clearly won. With the duel settled, the group proceeds to a towering golden monument, the entrance to Red Crow Valley. Qiao Gui declares that only Xiaoan, the victor, is permitted to enter the sacred grounds. Lord Bai and Qiao Gui share a sly look, with Lord Bai admitting he trusts his grandson's intuition completely. The red man fills his fist with energy, pushing it forward. A powerful device is activated with a resounding click, unleashing a surge of red energy. The energy solidifies into a massive, shimmering portal, the gateway to Red Crow Valley. Qiao Gui sets a strict 1-hour time limit for Xiaoan's exploration, assigning Qiao as his chaperone. Xiaoan accepts the terms with a confident look, while Qiao scoffs at the arrangement. He steps into the buzzing, crystalline gateway, ready to face the challenges within. Xiaoan is transported to a vast, fiery landscape, a secret realm forged from a fallen star. Qiao boasts that this fire-rich valley is the very foundation of her family's power. As they venture through the desolate woods, Xiaoan asks her to be his guide to the local fauna. She points out a native creature, the formidable red-winged crow, perched high above. A mother crow and her chicks glare down menacingly as Qiao warns they won't be friendly. Xiaoan senses the bird's animosity has intensified, recognizing it as pure hatred. A massive flock of golden crows fills the sky, preparing to swarm them from above. A single crow dives down, investigating the water energy emanating from Xiaoan. Qiao projects a powerful red aura, forcefully commanding the aggressive flock to retreat. She presents a glowing red card, a symbol of authority that resonates with powerful energy. Influenced by the card's power, the entire flock immediately halts its aggressive advance. She explains that his water energy is a major provocation in this fire-rich environment, warning him against any rash actions. Xiaoan calmly accepts her advice, surveying the desolate landscape now teeming with watchful crows. His apocalypse eye activates, revealing the stats of the crows, including a powerful diamond-level mother. He peers into a nest of chicks, a thoughtful expression suggesting he's spotted a new opportunity. He startles a small chick in a nest, his eyes widening in surprise. He cautiously moves through the woods, aware of the many hostile eyes watching him from the shadows. An hour later, an impatient Qiao yells that their time is almost up. Frustrated, Xiaoan complains that the diamond-level mother crow is the only valuable beast in the entire valley. He resolves to take the diamond-grade beast for his family, even if he can't form a contract himself. But his search is interrupted when he spots something unusual in one of the nests. Among the dull brown chicks, he notices one with a uniquely vibrant feather color. His apocalypse eye reveals the truth. It's a mutant red-winged crow with SS-level talent, though its source is damaged. Xiaoan is stunned, realizing he stumbled upon an incredibly rare mutant with immense potential. The analysis explains its pure fire mutation damaged its core, but with repairs, it could reach the legendary epic level. Xiaoan gently holds the mutant chick, attempting to persuade it to join him. The chick stubbornly refuses, leaving Xiaoan to realize he needs a more compelling offer. He reveals a large glowing fire crystal, hoping to bribe the proud little bird. The chick is momentarily startled by the sudden appearance of the valuable crystal. It quickly regains its composure, puffing out its chest with feigned indifference. With a cunning smile, Xiaoan sweetens the deal, promising the crystal nucleus to the chick. The chick's resolve begins to crack as it sweats, nervously eyeing the irresistible prize. It tries to stand firm, internally battling between its pride and the tempting offer of power. The chick's eyes swirl with conflict as it desperately tries to resist the powerful allure of the crystal. Its resistance shatters completely as it lovingly embraces the crystal, its eyes filled with hearts. Xiaoan secures the mutant chick and its crystal, much to Qiyani's surprise. Xiaoan worries about Lord Qi's reaction to taking the mutant crow. He decides to form a contract with the chick immediately. Qiyani is shocked by his reckless decision. He initiates the contract ritual, releasing a burst of energy. The chick reacts intensely to the contract attempt. Xiaoan realizes the chick is absorbing his water energy. Qiyani observes the unusual interaction with concern. She unleashes a powerful fire attack towards Xiaoan and the chick. Xiaoan and the chick are engulfed in the fiery blast. He pants, exhausted, realizing the dangerous contract almost drained him of all his energy. The mutant chick, however, lets out a satisfied puff of steam, having absorbed the power. He regains his composure, meditating with the newly contracted chick perched on his head. The chick then flies away from the floating valley, still clutching its precious crystal. A system notification reveals the chick will awaken a new talent, the spiritual fire body, thanks to Xiaoan's unique beast space. Suddenly, the chick is startled as Xiaoan's fish emerges from a pool of water nearby. His apocalypse eye analyzes the chick as it spreads its wings, glowing with newfound power. The analysis reveals its new ability allows it to resist water attacks and absorb fire to empower itself. Wasting no time, the chick unleashes a powerful fiery blast directly at the unsuspecting fish. But instead of harm, the fish finds itself bathing in the warm red energy, looking utterly content. Xiaoan thanks Qiyani for her unexpected assistance. Qiyani reveals her actions weren't entirely altruistic. She explains her concern about potential conflict between their families. Xiaoan expresses gratitude for her consideration. Qiyani clarifies her lack of personal concern for him. They emerge from the portal, returning to the grand hall. Lord Bai rushes to Xiaoan's side, concerned about his well-being. Xiaoan reveals he formed a contract with a second beast. He presents his new companion, a small red bird. Lord Bai and Qiao Gui react with astonishment. Qiao Gui is impressed by the mutant crow's potential. He recognizes it as a rare and valuable find. Lord Bai declares their business concluded and prepares to leave. Qiao Gui bids them farewell, seemingly pleased with the outcome. Qiyani challenges Xiaoan, promising to surpass him in the future. Lord Bai and Xiaoan share a moment of understanding. Xiaoan accepts the challenge, determined to rise to the top. They depart on Lord Bai's impressive winged beast. The scene shifts to Balin City, their next destination. Lord Bai's beast lands gracefully at a grand estate. Lord Bai advises Xiaoan to use the fire crystal to recover his energy, and Xiaoan confidently agrees. As Xiaoan heads towards the estate, Lord Bai is greeted by an ape-like man named Yuan Xiaocheng. Yuan Xiaocheng expresses his relief at Lord Bai's return, who looks on with a stern gaze. Lord Bai calmly tells his old acquaintance to relax, chiding him gently for his eagerness. Leaning on his cane, Lord Bai grumbles about the younger generation, a hint of frustration in his voice. Inside the estate, Angelica and another attendant stand guard outside a closed door. Angelica notes that the young master has been working hard and will need to rest. She then questions why Xiaoan has isolated Gubai, despite her proving her worth as a retainer. Her companion jokes about a possessive romance, only to be cut off by Xiaoan, who has overheard their conversation. Ignoring them, Xiaoan, his hair now tinged blue, begins preparing a mysterious concoction in a large basin. Xiaoan examines a strange green concoction. He confirms the awakening potion is almost ready. He recoils from the potion's pungent aroma. He carefully adds the final ingredient. The potion transforms, losing its foul odor. He discovers the awakening essence within. He prepares to immerse himself in the costly potion. He pours the vibrant liquid into a larger container. He relaxes into the potion, finding it surprisingly refreshing. Energy flows through his body, hinting at a transformation. Golden chains of energy descend upon Qiao, signaling the start of his awakening. The immense power surge causes a massive lightning storm to crackle across the city sky. Elsewhere, a disheveled, drunken man is jolted from his stupor by the sudden energy spike. He looks up in a daze, completely baffled by the powerful presence he just felt. The golden chains of power swirl in the sky, converging on the Bai family estate. The man stares out his window, wondering if he's witnessing a rare, spontaneous awakening. He quickly dismisses the thought, believing it impossible to sense an awakening from so far away. Deciding to ignore it, he slumps back onto his couch, trying to forget what he saw. He takes a swig from his bottle, convinced he's just drunk and hallucinating the entire event. Meanwhile, the golden chains solidify, proving the awakening is not only real but incredibly potent. The golden chains of power shatter around Qiao, completing his transformation. The next morning, he rests peacefully in the tub, the chaotic energy now gone. He awakens with a satisfying stretch, feeling completely revitalized by the process. His eye now glows with a complex golden pattern, a sign of his newly awakened talent. A system notification reveals his SSS rank ability, Chain of Heaven, which can link creatures and share their power. His triumphant laughter echoes through the door, startling a nearby attendant. A determined glint in his eyes, Qiao decides it's time to test out his new power. He calls out for his attendants, ready to find a suitable test subject for his experiment. His attendant, Peony, looks flustered, wondering about the master's sudden and strange summons. Angelica is just as confused, admitting she has no idea what their master is planning. With a mischievous grin, Qiao emerges from the tub, asking his attendant for assistance with an urgent matter. The unexpected sight leaves Peony completely flustered and blushing furiously. Mortified, she turns away and refuses his request, leaving him standing in the tub. Her reaction leaves Qiao stunned and embarrassed, quickly covering himself. He sheepishly sinks back into the water, realizing he should probably get dressed first. Now fully clothed, he instructs a still blushing Peony to relax and not resist his next move. His eye glows as he unleashes his new SSS rank ability, the Chain of Heaven. Golden chains erupt from his hands, instantly wrapping around the startled attendant. Peony looks down in confusion as the chains continue to bind her securely. The chains lock into place, completing the connection and finalizing his experiment. Qiao's power fully manifests, binding his attendant in glowing golden chains. He focuses intently, drawing energy through the newly forged connection. A system notification confirms his success. He has temporarily copied her B-level water talent. To test the limits of his new power, he commands her to activate a defensive skill. Reluctantly, Peony erects a series of translucent blue shields around her body. Qiao studies the effect with a critical eye, while his attendant grows increasingly flustered. He notes with intrigue that her defensive barrier failed to dispel his golden chains. Peony's embarrassment deepens, completely misreading his scientific curiosity. He calmly instructs her to drop the shield for the next phase, causing her to panic even more. The scene then transitions to the snowy industrial streets of the Western District. Still bound by the golden chains, Peony reports her arrival in the distant Western District over the phone. Qiao acknowledges her report, the glowing chain still connecting them despite the vast distance. He confirms the experiment's success, noting the chain's stability, and instructs her to return. His scientific focus is shattered as Peony suddenly questions his strange and seemingly rude behavior. On her end, a flustered Peony expresses her deep concern over his very abnormal actions. He listens in utter confusion as she completely misinterprets his experiment as a series of bizarre personal requests. To test his theory, he asks if she sees anything on her, but she's completely oblivious to the golden chains. He hangs up the phone, a grim look on his face as he confirms the chains are invisible to their target. The call ends abruptly, leaving a dazed Peony momentarily questioning her own reality. Back at the estate, Qiao documents his findings, realizing his power acts as an unbreakable rule once a link is forged. Qiao summarizes his findings, concluding that his Chain of Heaven ability has 3 main characteristics. He notes the first key feature: the golden chains are completely undetectable to their target. The second feature allows him to forcibly link with someone and borrow their unique talent. For the third, he realizes he can make the power sharing one-sided, taking abilities without giving his own. He confirms his talent is at level 3, meaning he can currently link with up to 3 individuals. He envisions a future where he's linked to 3 powerful Beastmasters, their abilities at his command. With a cunning grin, he realizes this means he can effectively wield 4 different talents at once. Satisfied with his analysis, he shifts his focus and enters his personal Imperial Beast space. He is immediately stunned, realizing his inner world has undergone a massive transformation. His Apocalypse Eye now hangs like a sun in the sky, its golden chains expanding the very fabric of his space. Xiaoan marvels at the expanded offshore terrain in his beast space. He observes the new volcanic terrain linked by golden chains. Xiaoan ponders the connection between his power and the space. He theorizes that his beast space evolves with each level up. His mutant crow soars through the expanded space. The crow explores the fiery volcanic area. His scaled fish announces its turn to explore. The fish unleashes a water attack on the crow. Xiaoan yells at his fish to stop its playful attack. The fish tries to explain its actions. Xiaoan lectures his beasts about teamwork and cooperation. The crow complains about the fish's water attacks, held by Xiaoan. Xiaoan reflects on his beast's training progress and contrasting personalities. An idea sparks in Xiaoan's mind, a mischievous glint in his eyes. He announces a new training regime for his white-scaled fish. Xiaoan teleports with his fish to a new location within his beast space. He explains the convenient teleportation abilities within his beast space. The fish dramatically increases in size, looming over Xiaoan. Xiaoan unleashes a powerful water attack, demonstrating a new skill. The fish dives into the newly created water, enjoying its expanded habitat. The giant fish erupts from the water in a joyous leap, dwarfing its master below. He considers the strain on his fish from constantly changing its size. He then turns his attention to the restless mutant crow perched on his shoulder. He teleports them to a legendary phoenix fire sycamore, a perfect habitat for fire elementals. He presents a fire crystal, explaining it will replenish the bird's depleted energy reserves. The crow happily settles into a nest of fire crystals, absorbing their potent energy. His eyes glow with menacing red light as he sternly questions the bird's training progress. The startled bird breaks into a cold sweat, unable to meet his master's intense gaze. Recovering its bravado, the crow puffs out its chest and declares its grand ambitions. Putting its claims to the test, Xiaoan orders the crow to destroy a massive boulder with its sun flames. The mutant crow unleashes a fiery blast, engulfing the boulder in flames. The crow dives through the dissipating smoke, eager to assess the results. Xiaoan and Qiyani watch the aftermath of the fiery attack. The crow lands triumphantly, having successfully destroyed the boulder. The crow boasts about its power, clearly impressed with itself. The crow offers to train Xiaoan, promising to increase his strength. Xiaoan confidently declines, claiming he has greater ambitions. Xiaoan presents a large fire crystal to the crow. The crow questions the nature of the offered crystal. The crow is captivated by the crystal's power. The crow chick eyes the large fire crystal with suspicion. Xiaoan encourages the chick to be patient and accept the crystal. Xiaoan proposes a bet to the red-winged crow chick. The chick accepts the bet, intrigued by the challenge. Xiaoan explains the terms of their training method bet. The chick thinks Xiaoan is foolish for agreeing to the bet. Xiaoan confidently accepts the terms, ready to begin. Xiaoan demonstrates the energy needed for releasing skills. He explains how compressing energy improves skill quality and power. The chick watches, confused by Xiaoan's demonstration. The crow unleashes a powerful, concentrated blast of fire at the boulder. The crow looks surprised at the intensity of its own attack. Xiaoan explains the science behind the crow's increased firepower. Xiaoan smugly explains how the crow's attack was amplified by the heat of the rock. The crow dives towards the remnants of the destroyed boulder. The crow lands triumphantly amidst the debris, radiating confidence. The crow unleashes another fiery blast, showcasing its newfound power. The fish is struck by the crow's attack within Xiaoan's beast space. The attack erupts from a volcano, demonstrating the destructive force within the beast space. Xiaoan reacts with surprise to the unexpected attack. A fiery explosion erupts within Xiaoan's beast space. Xiaoan assesses the crow's progress with a thoughtful expression. He praises the crow's talent and encourages further training. He advises the crow to follow his training method for faster growth. The crow seems pleased with the praise and eager to learn. Xiaoan observes the crow with a mischievous grin. He arrives at a bustling restaurant, startling the patrons. Lan Jiki excitedly recognizes Xiaoan. Another girl reacts with surprise at Xiaoan's appearance. Lan Jiki greets Xiaoan and inquires about his family. Lan Jiki's friend complains with a mouthful of food, upset that their family members haven't returned. She reveals her own father has also been missing for days, adding to the mystery. Xiaoan connects the dots, speculating that something significant must have happened in Bailin City. The friend panics, suddenly realizing Xiaoan has mentioned the dangerous magic spider cult. Xiaoan casually changes the subject, asking his friend why she's even there in the first place. She explains that school is starting and she wants them to attend the Imperial Beastmasters Academy together. Lost in his grand plans, Xiaoan completely forgot he's still supposed to be a student. Deciding to go along with it, Xiaoan instructs his butler to prepare the car for their departure. They arrive at a scenic overlook, gazing down at the sprawling, futuristic campus below. A familiar face appears as his retainer, Gubai, greets him with a knowing smile. Xiaoan looks slightly flustered as pink petals float around him, caught off guard by her presence. He strikes a casual pose, asking Gubai how she's adjusting to life in Bailin City. With a confident smile, she thanks him for his help, confirming she's settling in quite well. Their luxurious car glides through the city streets, heading towards their next destination. The imposing structure of the Imperial Beastmasters Academy looms before them. As they walk through the school's modern corridors, Gubai follows a few steps behind. His friend notices the unfamiliar girl, curiously asking Xiaoan about her identity. He speculates that she must be a new student from one of the affiliated cities. The entire lecture hall falls silent as Xiaoan and his group make their grand entrance. A trio of students glares at them with open hostility, clearly unhappy with their arrival. While some students glare, others greet Xiaoan with enthusiastic cheers. The hostile leader scoffs, dismissing Xiaoan as a privileged heir who will be easily crushed. Unbothered by the tension, Xiaoan gives a cool wave to the packed lecture hall. He decides this school is a waste of time and plans to discuss suspending his studies with his grandfather. Xiaoan knows true power is forged in the wild, not in the safety of a classroom. Meanwhile, in a different part of the academy, an elite class is in session. The star student is revealed, Lungao Tian, a prodigy with a powerful SS rank talent. His lackey whispers that Xiaoan is just a silver-spooned weakling who needs to be put in his place. The insult ignites Lungao Tian's fury, and a menacing aura erupts around him. Xiaoan calmly turns, sensing the new challenger's intense killing intent. A smirk crosses Xiaoan's face as he wonders if this new challenger truly dares to fight him. The two students face off, their opposing red and blue auras clashing violently in the space between them. Lungao Tian seethes with rage, dismissing Xiaoan as a talentless weakling with no contracted beasts. Suddenly, Lan Jiki steps between them, projecting a pink barrier to halt the escalating conflict. She sternly warns them to stop their pointless fight, threatening to intervene more forcefully if they don't. Lungao Tian's aggressive demeanor shatters, leaving him blushing and completely flustered by her interruption. He stammers an apology, backing down immediately, much to the shock of his followers. Just then, a familiar voice calls out, and Xiaoan turns to see Qiyani standing in the doorway. With a hand on her hip, Qiyani issues a direct and confident challenge for a rematch. Xiaoan smiles, deciding a public fight is the perfect way to put an end to all this petty infighting. Xiaoan coolly accepts her challenge, a confident smirk on his face. He asks if she's ready to use the school grounds, and her fierce glare confirms she needs no permission. Qiyani reveals she's been training for 2 months, her eyes burning with the desire for vengeance. With the terms set, they turn to leave, the crowd of students parting for them. News of the impending spirit-beast battle spreads like wildfire, igniting the students' excitement. Even Lungao Tian's group decides to watch, seeing it as a chance to witness real power. They arrive at a vast, empty arena, the perfect stage for their high-stakes rematch. Xiaoan gestures impatiently, ready to end this confrontation quickly and decisively. Qiyani vows to defeat him publicly, determined to showcase her newfound strength. A torrent of red energy erupts around her as she begins to summon her formidable beast. Qiyani unleashes a powerful, fiery aura, preparing to summon her beast. A magnificent purple grenadier, a fire-type spiritual beast, emerges with impressive stats. Xiaoan reacts with mild annoyance, seemingly tired of facing bird-type opponents. He notes the Feng family's secretive nature and their unique ability to contract with rare beasts. Qiyani questions Xiaoan's reaction to her impressive purple grenadier. She taunts him, suggesting he hasn't seen the full extent of her beast's power. She explains the Feng family's unique talent for forming contracts with rare spiritual beasts. Xiaoan remains confident, certain the outcome will be in his favor. Qiyani is shocked that Xiaoan recognized her beast's true identity. She urges her purple grenadier to attack, confident in its overwhelming power. The purple grenadier unleashes a fiery attack. Xiaoan anticipates the attack, seemingly unimpressed. The purple grenadier dives down, engulfed in flames. A massive fireball hurtles towards Xiaoan. Xiaoan realizes this is a repeat tactic. The fireball explodes, engulfing the arena in flames. Spectators wonder if the battle is already over. Qiao stands confidently amidst the flames. A hand reaches out from the inferno. Xiaowan emerges from the flames, unharmed and ready to fight. Qiao reacts with shock to Xiaowan's survival. Onlookers marvel at Xiaowan's defensive prowess. Lan Jiki admires Xiaowan's unexpected strength. Qiao, frustrated, orders a stronger attack. The Purple Grenadier unleashes a devastating whirlwind. A powerful vortex engulfs the arena. Lan Jiki and her friend react to the intense pressure. Xiaowan creates a water barrier for protection. Lung Aotian observes the battle with growing intensity. Qiao sees an opening and commands a finishing blow. Xiaowan stands amidst the rubble, impressed that her attack managed to breach his defenses. Unfazed, the Purple Grenadier prepares to launch another powerful assault from the air. Deciding it's time to get serious, Xiaowan summons his own beast with a surge of water energy. The giant white-scaled fish emerges majestically, soaring into the sky with an imposing presence. The fish expands to a colossal size, completely dwarfing the stunned Purple Grenadier. The fiery bird freezes in midair, its confidence shattered by the sheer scale of its opponent. Without hesitation, the massive fish unleashes a powerful beam of energy from its side. The blast narrowly misses Qiao, exploding with incredible force and shaking the arena. Her Purple Grenadier is sent crashing to the ground, defeated by the overwhelming counterattack. With his colossal beast looming behind him, Xiaowan looks down, the clear victor of the exchange. Defeated and humiliated, Qiao reluctantly concedes the match. Xiaowan looms over her, reminding her of the terms of their unspoken agreement. Her humiliation quickly turns to pure fury as she glares back at him. Resigned to her loss, she asks him to state his demands. He leans in and whispers a mysterious request, leaving her completely stunned. The unexpected proposition leaves her blushing furiously and at a loss for words. With the battle won, Xiaowan casually dismisses the crowd, leaving a fuming Qiao behind. But their departure is interrupted as the entire campus begins to shake violently. Xiaowan and his friends are startled by the powerful tremor, looking around in confusion. The crowd panics as they realize a massive earthquake is rocking the academy. A large, ominous pillar crashes down from above. Xiaowan watches the chaos unfold, debris raining down around him. Lan Jiki and Qiao react quickly, using their abilities. A protective barrier shields them from the falling debris. Their retainers urge Xiaowan to seek safety. Xiaowan and his companions emerge from the academy, confused. A mysterious purple energy beam shoots into the sky. High above Balan City, something strange is happening. The city below shrinks as the camera focuses on the disturbance. A drone bearing a sinister symbol hovers ominously. The camera zooms in on the menacing insignia of the Magic Spider cult. Inside a hidden command center, cult members monitor the city from a massive mechanical spider. Their leader, clad in a spider-like helmet, impatiently demands to know why the city's shield isn't fixed yet. An underling reports that the recent earthquake has conveniently delayed the repairs. The leader smirks, realizing this unforeseen chaos is the perfect cover for their operation. He issues a chilling command to prepare their explosive fire spiders for deployment. Meanwhile, the city below remains oblivious to the sinister plot unfolding above. In a car speeding away from the chaos, Xiaowan and his friends look on with concern. Sensing a deeper threat, Xiaowan activates his Apocalypse Eye to uncover the truth behind the tremors. The eye responds, initiating a search for the earthquake's source and receiving a mysterious enlightenment of heaven. His eye reveals a cosmic collision, explaining the tremors are caused by two worlds clashing. Xiaowan is stunned by the revelation that their world is on a collision course with another. He sits back in the car, pondering the immense implications of two secret realms merging. The Apocalypse Eye grants him a divine insight into the cataclysmic event unfolding. It predicts 3 months of constant earthquakes as the two worlds begin to integrate. After the initial chaos, a massive spatial rift will tear open, bridging the two dimensions. In 1 year, the fusion will be complete, creating a new, more powerful, high-level secret world. A cunning smile spreads across his face as he realizes this disaster is a golden opportunity. Just then, their car speeds past buildings that are now erupting in fiery explosions. The chaos intensifies as more blasts rock the city, confirming this is a deliberate attack, not just an earthquake. Xiaowan realizes the city's protective shield is gone, suspecting the generator was intentionally destroyed. High above, the cult's drones patrol a now defenseless city as smoke billows from the streets below. The cult leader smirks with satisfaction, giving the signal to begin their full-scale assault. He commands his grotesque insectoid beast to prepare for deployment. The monstrous creatures are launched from the command ship, beginning their descent toward the city. A swarm of the biomechanical bombs plummets from the sky, dropped by the cult's drones. Down below, Xiaowan's luxury car speeds through the chaotic city streets. His senses scream with warnings, alerting him to the rapidly approaching danger from above. He urgently commands his attendants, Angelica and Peony, to erect a defensive barrier. A powerful blue energy shield materializes around their car, protecting them from the impending threat. A greenish explosion rocks the city streets, causing chaos and destruction. Inside the city lord's palace, alarms blare, signaling an emergency. An official reports a major earthquake and the city is put on high alert. Another official delivers dire news about the city's shield and a beast attack. The city lord issues orders to repair the shield and mobilize beastmasters. Officials receive their orders and prepare to address the crisis. The city lord questions if the magic spider cult is behind the earthquake. Lord Bai suspects a connection between the cult and the recent events. Another official dismisses Lord Bai's concerns as mere coincidence. A new report reveals the Awakening Hall is under attack, escalating the crisis. Lord Bai orders reinforcements to the Awakening Hall. Xiaowan and his companions witness an explosion. Their car is damaged, forcing them to walk. Xiaowan and his retainer assess the situation. Another explosion rocks the city. Xiaowan recognizes the direction of the attack. He realizes the Awakening Hall is under attack. Xiaowan notices a suspicious aircraft. The aircraft bears the mark of the spider cult. Xiaowan and Qiani recognize the cult's involvement. High above, strange devices activate amidst swirling green energy. The cult leader watches, declaring it's time for action. On the ground, rescue workers tend to the injured. A rescue worker looks up, noticing something in the sky. The rescue worker focuses, trying to identify the threat. Blazing projectiles rain down from above. A powerful attack slams into the ground, causing widespread damage. A rescue worker's hand is injured in the attack. Giant, menacing spider-like creatures emerge from the debris. The rescue workers recognize the terrifying ghost-faced spiders. The ghost-faced spiders attack, causing the rescue workers to retreat. Inside a secure location, someone questions the commotion outside. An official tries to contact headquarters, his expression grim. A door bursts open, revealing more ghost-faced spiders. The official prepares for a confrontation, ordering his men to get ready. A reinforced barrier cracks under the spider's assault. The official reacts with shock as the spiders break through. The ghost-faced spiders surge into the room, ready to attack. A guard reacts with surprise to the sudden intrusion. The spiders swiftly overpower the guards, demonstrating their strength. The official realizes their defenses are failing against the spider onslaught. He unleashes a powerful counterattack, determined to hold his ground. He summons his impressive crystal beast, ready to bolster their defenses. He orders his men to form a protective shield wall against the invading spiders. The shield wall is bombarded, but holds firm against the relentless assault. The reinforced shield begins to crack under the immense pressure. He shouts a desperate command to protect the vital crystal core. The crystal core takes a hit, showering the area with debris. He urges his beast to defend the core, bracing for the worst. He instructs his men to be cautious and prioritize stalling the enemy. The official complains about the attack ruining his peaceful retirement plans. Despite the failing defenses and fallen comrades, he rallies his men to fight for Balin. A larger, more formidable spider beast leads the charge, its purple energy glowing menacingly. The lead spider smashes down, its power shaking the very foundations of the hall. It unleashes a devastating blast aimed directly at the defender's last line. The official tries to boost morale, confident his crystal beast can hold the line. But a powerful energy beam shatters their reinforced door in an instant. The door crumbles away, leaving them completely exposed to the enemy outside. A spider beast seizes the opportunity, firing a thick stream of webbing through the breach. The sticky webbing quickly seals the opening, trapping the defenders inside. A spider beast launches itself forward, a blur of motion and purple energy. The attack slams a guard into the ground, his shield pinned amidst the rubble. The official curses in frustration as his defensive line is completely broken. More spider beasts descend from the ceiling, reinforcing the enemy's position. The crystal beast's defensive structure shatters under the relentless assault. The official watches the chaos unfold, his expression hardening with grim resolve. He rallies his remaining forces, commanding them to concentrate their fire on the invaders. His guards unleash a volley of shots, but the spiders easily deflect the incoming fire. The defenders are quickly overwhelmed, their efforts proving futile against the spider's speed. The official finds himself face to face with the hulking leader of the spider swarm. The official gives a decisive command. He unleashes a powerful attack, striking the ground with force. Giant spider-like machines descend, causing destruction. The official expresses relief, believing the ordeal is over. He questions Lord Bai's absence as the situation worsens. A figure emerges from the smoke, adding to the tension. The official and his troops prepare for another confrontation. The cult leader observes the chaos, seemingly unfazed. The official notices something alarming within the spider machines. The cult leader issues a menacing ultimatum. The cult leader prepares a sinister device, perched atop a mechanical spider. An explosion rocks the battlefield, sending soldiers scattering. An official summons a crystal beast for defense, bracing for impact. The cult leader charges into the fray, flanked by two agile spider-like figures. A fierce clash ensues, blades flashing as the cult leader engages the soldiers. Soldiers return fire, but the cult leader's agility makes them difficult targets. The cult leader leaps from a mechanical spider, expressing frustration. The official's crystal beast takes a heavy blow, cracking under pressure. The cult leader's attack connects, sending the official reeling. The cult leader is sent flying, crashing into the debris-strewn ground. The official braces for impact, using his crystal beast as a final line of defense. He orders his remaining soldiers to evacuate the wounded, choosing to face the enemy alone. With grim determination, he prepares to make his last stand alongside his loyal crystal beast. He unleashes his ultimate technique, creating a defensive crystal space to trap his foes. However, the cult's agile warrior effortlessly dodges the flurry of crystal shards. A powerful blow sends the official crashing to the ground. His attack seemingly failed. But the cult warriors look up in alarm as the crystal shards converge into a massive cage. The crystal prison slams down, trapping the agile fighters and shaking the entire hall. The cult leader mockingly addresses the official, belittling his age and impending retirement. She questions his resolve, sneering at the idea of fighting so hard for such a small reward. The official, backed by a crystal lion, declares his resolve. The cult leader orders her spider-like subordinates to capture him. The official unleashes a crystal attack, surprising his enemies. One of the spider warriors deflects the crystal shard with her blade. The cult leader aims a powerful purple energy blast from her crossbow. The official dodges the blast, the energy narrowly missing him. Another spider warrior fires a smaller, concentrated energy shot. The cult leader launches herself forward on a surge of purple energy. The official is struck by a projectile, his monocle shattering. Realizing the danger, the official curses his predicament. A majestic crystal beast unleashes a fiery roar, radiating immense power. A figure strikes a large crystal formation with a concentrated blast of energy. A swift counterattack sends a spider-like warrior tumbling through the air. The spider warrior lands gracefully, flanked by her powerful crystal beast. The spider warrior launches a swift attack, riding atop her charging beast. An intense blast of energy erupts, sending debris flying through the air. A figure stands amidst the chaos, wielding a staff imbued with fiery energy. A fiery arc of energy cuts through the air, aimed at an unseen target. A spider warrior narrowly avoids a powerful fiery strike. The spider warrior retaliates, unleashing a burst of energy from her fingertips. The spider warrior crosses her blades, bracing for the incoming assault. The official counters with a powerful upward strike, meeting her attack head-on. He smirks as his attack sends her reeling, part of a larger unfolding strategy. A massive red crystal erupts from the ground, engulfing the battlefield in its raw power. The spider warrior is caught off guard, her blades clanging uselessly against the newly formed crystal prison. Her comrade watches from a distance as the crystal shards settle, assessing the new obstacle. The official stands with his crystal lion, unimpressed by the cult's unchanging tactics. He defiantly declares that the awakening core will not fall while he still stands. Another spider warrior scoffs at his bravado, preparing to silence him for good. Her blade crackles with a venomous green energy, promising a swift and decisive end. The official unleashes a powerful earth-based attack. He realizes his elemental choice might be a tactical blunder. The spider warrior swiftly dodges the official's attack. She thanks her comrade for the assist, having anticipated his move. The official is caught off guard by the spider warrior's speed. She unleashes a swift and decisive counterattack. The official barely manages to block the incoming strike. He realizes the gravity of the situation. His defense is breached. A powerful energy blast erupts, engulfing the area in light. The spider warrior stands amidst the aftermath, seemingly victorious. The official defiantly declares his crystal space will persist as long as he lives. He taunts his attackers, suggesting they fear the repercussions of harming a high-ranking deacon. The cult leader dismisses his threat, calling it a desperate bluff. Suddenly, a clawed hand grabs the official as a new voice reveals he was their target all along. The spider warrior leader holds him captive, reminding him that even his powerful defense has a breaking point. She reveals they brought special shadow hunting spiders designed to shatter his crystal space. The leader signals that their specialized assault is about to begin. A large white mechanical spider lands, its legs digging into the ground as it prepares to strike. The mechanical beast's eyes glow with purple energy as it targets a key point in the official's defense. It unleashes a powerful attack, shattering a critical crystal formation and destabilizing the entire space. The official is knocked down, his monocle askew, amidst falling debris. He apologizes to Lord Bai as the spider warrior looms over him. The spider warrior turns, seemingly leaving him to his fate. Lord Wu arrives, his armored beast roaring with electric energy. Lord Wu's beast smashes a mechanical spider, sending sparks flying. The spider warrior reacts with surprise to the sudden intervention. The mechanical spider kicks Lord Wu's beast, sending it reeling. The official checks on the injured Lord Wu. Lord Wu sarcastically questions if he looks okay. The official anxiously hopes Lord Bai and reinforcements arrive soon. A majestic bird descends, its arrival announced with excitement. Lord Bai, a distinguished figure with a powerful aura, makes his grand entrance. Lord Bai's avian beast swiftly subdues a mechanical spider. Lord Bai commands another figure named Feng to take action. Feng's beast intercepts and engages another mechanical spider. Another powerful beastmaster prepares to join the fray. The beastmaster unleashes his fire Killen, a formidable creature. The fire Killen charges, its fiery hooves leaving a trail of destruction. The Killen's fiery attack slices through a mechanical spider. The spider cult's enforcer arrives, the tension escalating. Lord Bai declares the cult's operation a failure and demands their immediate surrender. The spider cult warriors look to their leader, their confidence shaken by the powerful reinforcements. The leader announces she'll initiate a contingency plan, preparing to sacrifice herself to cover their retreat. But her subordinate steps forward, volunteering to take on the dangerous rearguard mission herself. Unmasking herself, she argues that her leader has family, while she has nothing to lose. She leaps onto a giant mechanical spider, ready to face the city's defenders alone. With a determined smile, she asks her leader to entrust this final stand to her. The cult leader reluctantly agrees, giving the order for her subordinate to proceed. The subordinate draws a large, ornate revolver, her gaze hardening with resolve. The weapon crackles with a sinister pink energy as she prepares to unleash a devastating final attack. The unmasked warrior and her comrades cross their arms, pledging their unwavering loyalty to the spider cult. The cult leader deploys several smoke bombs, promising to provide cover for their escape. The devices detonate, engulfing Lord Bai and his allies in a massive, disorienting cloud of smoke. Lord Bai quickly identifies the smoke bomb tactic as his allies shield themselves from the thick haze. With their escape route secured, the cult leader gives the final order to retreat. Unwilling to let them escape, Lord Bai commands his majestic white crane to clear the air. The crane soars through the sky, its powerful wings dispersing the smoke and revealing a falling mechanical spider. Using the chaos as a distraction, the two remaining cult warriors make a break for the awakening core. However, two powerful beasts, a fiery Keelan and a giant ape, descend to block their path. A mechanical spider retaliates, firing a thick stream of webbing to ensnare the city's defenders. The giant ape roars, struggling against the thick, sticky webbing that ensnares it. The fiery Keelan and its master are also trapped, their charge halted by the unexpected web attack. Both beastmasters curse their luck, completely immobilized by the surprisingly strong webbing. Lord Bai watches in surprise as a small mechanical spider zips past, firing its own web. The trapped officials urge Lord Bai to chase the fleeing cultists, vowing to handle the remaining spider. Meanwhile, the two remaining cult warriors successfully reach the chamber, housing the glowing awakening core. The giant ape, now free, unleashes its electric fury, smashing one of the smaller mechanical spiders. The fire Killen's master leaps into the air, targeting the large white mechanical spider below. He plunges his spear downwards, unleashing a devastating fiery explosion upon the machine. The unmasked cult warrior reacts with shock as the powerful attack strikes her mechanical spider mount. A fiery explosion erupts, engulfing the mechanical spider in a blaze of destructive energy. The unmasked cult warrior is thrown from her mechanical mount, landing amidst the smoke and debris. Lord Bai confronts the cult leader, his voice booming with authority as he demands her surrender. The cult leader stares defiantly, her expression hardened as she prepares to face the consequences. Lord Bai's majestic avian beast swoops down, ready to engage the remaining cult forces. The cult leader and her remaining warriors prepare for a final showdown against the city's defenders. Lord Bai unleashes a powerful attack, his staff crackling with energy as he confronts the cult leader. He condemns the spider cult's actions, his voice filled with righteous anger. The cult warriors engage Lord Bai and his allies, their blades clashing in a flurry of sparks. Lord Bai's avian beast unleashes a powerful wind attack, scattering the remaining smoke and debris. A swirling vortex of energy engulfs the spider warriors. One warrior unleashes a focused blast of green energy. Lord Bai explains his white crane's elemental affinity. He strategizes, considering alternative approaches. One warrior urges the other to secure the core. The two warriors advance swiftly across the rooftop. Lord Bai intercepts the advancing warriors. He commands his white crane to intervene. The white crane pursues one of the warriors. The warrior uses a grappling device to escape. A sharp, energized blade slices through a metallic surface. A spider warrior uses the blade to propel herself forward, narrowly avoiding a large hand. She uses a grappling device to swing across the vast mechanical space. Landing gracefully on another blade, she prepares for her next move. She fires the grappling device again, aiming for a higher platform. She propels herself upwards, leaving a trail of green energy. Lord Bai observes the warrior's movements with a look of concern. The warrior lands on a control panel, her hands glowing with an ominous energy. Her masked face focuses on the task at hand, a sense of anticipation building. She interacts with the control panel, her fingers hovering over the glowing buttons. The warrior declares her allegiance to the spider cult. She activates a device with a decisive touch. She clutches a necklace, perhaps a power source. She grapples away, cursing Lord Bai. Lord Bai stands ready, declaring the invasion over. A wounded warrior claims this is their home. Another warrior questions the city's right to claim ownership. The warrior accuses the city's defenders of playing the victim. She unleashes an energy blast from a strange weapon. The blast strikes, engulfing a figure in purple energy. A cultist unleashes a surprise attack, trapping two of Lord Bai's allies in a burst of purple energy. A spider warrior launches a powerful energy spear, aiming for a decisive blow. Lord Bai realizes with dread that the attack is too swift for him to evade. But his loyal white crane swoops in, shielding him with its wing at the last second. The energy spear impacts the crane's wing, erupting in a flash of corrupting purple light. The beast's form twists and shatters, its essence consumed by the sinister energy. Lord Bai cries out in anguish as he watches his faithful companion disintegrate. The white crane dissolves completely, its remains scattering as fragments of purple energy. Lord Bai's own weapon begins to crack, tainted by the same corrupting force. Seizing the opportunity, the two spider warriors make their escape across the rooftops. With their mission a success, the cult leader signals her subordinate to prepare for their escape. Lord Bai can only watch as the warrior zips away, their escape now guaranteed. The two cultists make their getaway just as a hidden timer hits 0, sealing their victory. A massive explosion erupts from their escape route, leaving Lord Bai to face the devastating fallout. Later, a news broadcast reports on the catastrophic earthquake, revealing a staggering number of casualties. The report clarifies that terrorists destroyed the city's protective shield, unleashing a deadly beast tide. It also covers the attack on the Awakening Hall, crediting Lord Bai with leading the counteroffensive. Despite the news claiming the situation is controlled, Xiaowan's expression darkens with concern for his grandfather. He strides purposefully through a chaotic hospital hallway, brushing past onlookers to reach his destination. Xiaowan kneels to reassure a wounded soldier, ignoring the deputy city lord's hollow promises on the monitor. A news report praises the city's soldiers for their earthquake relief efforts. Xiaowan looks pensive, observing the scene in the hospital. He offers words of encouragement to a wounded soldier. Medical personnel arrive to attend to the injured. A wounded soldier lies in a hospital bed, his hand held by another. A close-up shows the two clasped hands, one bloodied. A flashback reveals a moment of camaraderie between soldiers. A soldier expresses gratitude to Xiaowan for saving him. Xiaowan looks down at the soldier, his expression unreadable. The injured soldier reminisces about his past judgments of Xiaowan. The soldier recalls his surprise during the chaotic battle. In the flashback, he looks on grimly as the city burns around him. He remembers Xiaowan standing over him amidst the rubble, filled with regret for his past actions. Back in the present, his attendants approach him, sensing his distress. One of them touches his shoulder, asking if he's okay after witnessing the hospital's grim reality. He brushes off their concern, insisting he's fine, though his tense expression says otherwise. His attendants note his unsettling silence as they follow him down the corridor toward the ICU. He bursts through a set of doors, urgently demanding to know his grandfather's condition. A familiar voice calls his name, stopping him in his tracks. He enters a private room to find a woman about to deliver somber news about his grandfather, who lies unconscious in a medical bed. Xiaoan finds his grandfather in a hospital bed, seemingly awake. His grandfather dismisses the attendants, wanting a private word with Xiaoan. The attendants leave, concerned about Xiaoan's well-being. Xiaoan assures his grandfather he's unharmed. Xiaoan expresses concern for his grandfather's injuries. His grandfather downplays his injuries. He reveals the extent of his injuries, focusing on his right arm. He warns Xiaoan that he has something serious to discuss. Xiaoan is surprised by his grandfather's unusual nervousness. His grandfather asks Xiaoan about his knowledge of the spider cult. His grandfather explains the spider cult's targeted attack on Bailin City. Xiaoan ponders if the earthquake was part of the cult's plan. His grandfather reveals the situation is far more serious. He shares his intuition about the Qiao world merging with another realm. His grandfather questions Xiaoan's certainty about the merging worlds. Xiaoan confirms his premonition of two worlds colliding, causing the earthquake. His grandfather expresses relief at Xiaoan's confirmation. He reveals a surprising family secret about his origins. Xiaoan reacts with shock to the revelation about the origin star. His grandfather recounts his past on the origin star and his connection to the Bai family. He recounts his exile from the origin star, forced into the secret realm of Qiao. Yet he was offered a second chance, a mission to hunt a powerful entity. His path back to the origin star required him to defeat the amethyst spirit beast, the Spider Mother. But he admits his haste led to his beast's defeat, their origins damaged, and now his white crane is lost. With his strength depleted, he sees no hope of defeating an amethyst-level beast. Xiaoan tries to reassure him, insisting there must still be a way. His grandfather turns away, believing Xiaoan doesn't grasp the gravity of his failure. He then passes the torch, declaring Xiaoan the future of the Bai family and reminding him of his ambition. With newfound purpose in his eyes, Xiaoan listens as his grandfather urges him to go to the origin star. The path is clear. Place in the top 10 of the secret selection in 1 year to reach the origin star and achieve his ultimate goal. Xiaoan holds his grandfather's arm, his expression a mix of concern and determination. Grandfather assures that the Bai family will fully support Xiaoan. He hands the young man the key to the treasury with resources up to the diamond level. The old man asks him not to repeat the mistakes of others and to remember the main thing. He reminds him that the most important thing in the world is human connection. These words make Xiaoan remember the captain and make him think. The young man accepts the token from his grandfather's hands and agrees. At home, the maids comfort little Zuoyu, who is worried about her brother. Xiaoan appears at the door and notices his little sister at the threshold. Remembering the instruction about human connection, he squeezes the token and makes a decision. A small child excitedly rushes towards someone, calling out, "Brother!" A young man with light hair reacts with surprise as a small, shadowy creature leaps onto his head. The child leaps into the young man's arms as onlookers watch with wide-eyed expressions. The young man holds the child securely, a gentle smile on his face as the child comments on his return. The child looks up at the young man with concern, inquiring about his well-being. The young man reassures the child, expressing gratitude for his family in this world. Reflecting on his past life and experiences, he reaffirms his ambition to become the strongest beastmaster. Now he realizes the true importance of family bonds above all else. An older man, a woman, and another man stand protectively around the young man and child, emphasizing the importance of family. Two hands clasp in a gesture of agreement or reconciliation, symbolizing a newfound understanding or alliance. Xiaoan stands ready in a new, futuristic outfit, prepared for the journey ahead. He entrusts his sister with a box containing a precious crystal and a letter for their parents. The young girl happily accepts the important task from her big brother. Xiaoan says his final goodbyes, explaining he must leave on an important mission. A new companion, Gubai, formally greets him, ready to join his cause. He looks to his new ally, asking if she is prepared for the dangerous adventure that awaits. She smiles, pledging her unwavering loyalty and vowing to follow him anywhere. As they walk off, he asks her to treat him as an equal, solidifying their new partnership. Their journey begins, leading them to the desolate ruins of a once great city. Standing amidst the destruction, Xiaoan admits he is still searching for their precise destination. Xiaoan declares his mission is to gather materials and investigate, using a holographic interface to begin his search. He activates his Apocalypse Eye, demanding to know how to heal his grandfather's injured arm. The eye reveals the answer lies in creating the legendary Water of Life from several rare components. His next query is for his grandfather's other beast, the wounded red-eyed golden fish. The eye explains the fish needs the amethyst-level spiritual water of Tianshui to restore its damaged essence. With 2 critical ingredients identified, Xiaowan begins his search for the water of life and the spiritual water. He is stunned by the results of his initial information query. His search yields plenty of data on the water of life, but comes up completely blank for the spiritual water of Tianshui. Frustrated, he realizes that while one ingredient is known, the other is a complete mystery with no records. Shifting focus, he turns his Apocalypse Eye to another problem: how to repair the destroyed Awakening Hall core. The Apocalypse Eye reveals the Awakening Hall core is beyond repair. Xiaowan recalls leaving behind powerful beast eggs for his grandfather. He ponders his next move, seeking the elusive spiritual water of Tianshui. His Apocalypse Eye activates, momentarily paralyzing him. He wonders if the Eye of Apocalypse is taking control. The eye directs him to a specific location on a holographic map. Gubai checks in with Xiaowan on his progress. They decide to leave the city through the east gate. Gubai expresses apprehension about crossing the wasteland. Xiaowan reassures her, suggesting they join an adventure group for safety. Gubai questions his plan, so Xiaowan explains they'll join a group of mercenaries heading into the wilderness. They arrive at the east gate, where a massive queue of vehicles waits for inspection before exiting the city. Xiaowan's confident demeanor shatters as he stares ahead in disbelief at the massive crowd. On the broken highway, Xiaowan confirms that Gubai's guess is correct and surveys the road. An armored vehicle suddenly flies towards them, threatening to crush them all. Xiaowan shouts a warning, and they react to the danger at the same time. The pair jump back and press themselves against the side of the car, avoiding the impact. The danger passes, and they inadvertently find themselves too close, catching their breath in embarrassment. Both blush and awkwardly pull away, checking to see if they are injured. Xiaowan asks if Gubai is okay and is told, "I'm okay." Gubai questions the large number of people leaving Balin City. Xiaowan explains that wealthy citizens are fleeing, believing the city is doomed. He observes that the wealthy hire adventure groups for protection, creating further opportunities. City guards announce security measures against beast attacks and vehicle inspections. An announcement requests everyone leaving to unload weapons, show ID, and submit to inspection. Xiaowan notes the city hasn't been closed despite the recent attack and disaster. He wonders if the open city is a tactic to maintain a false sense of security. Their IDs are scanned and approved for passage. They enter a sterile corridor, reminded to wear protective masks. Xiaowan and Gubai equip their futuristic masks, ready to face the outside world. Fully geared up, Xiaowan and Gubai dash through the barren wasteland outside the city walls. Xiaowan's eyes narrow with focus as he scans the harsh, unforgiving landscape. They walk through a graveyard of military hardware, a testament to the countless beasts that fell defending the city. He activates his high-tech visor, initiating a search for the adventure group's lookout station. His visor locks onto a distant outpost, highlighting it on the holographic display. With their target located, Xiaowan points them toward the adventure group's station on the horizon. They arrive at a bustling makeshift settlement where rugged individuals are hard at work. Xiaowan averts his gaze, momentarily caught off guard by the outpost's more colorful inhabitants. The pair makes their way through the settlement, heading towards a large tent that serves as the central hub. Standing before the main tent, Xiaowan confirms with confidence that they have arrived at their destination. The Red Ape Mercenary flag flaps in the wind. Inside, mercenaries discuss the newcomers at the entrance. 2 imposing figures approach Xiaowan and Gubai. One mercenary with a distinct mask questions if they're lost. Gubai expresses her unease about the mercenaries to Xiaowan. Xiaowan reflects on Gubai's tendency to attract attention. Gubai reacts with surprise to the mercenaries' interest. Xiaowan unleashes a surge of blue energy, making a statement. The masked mercenary offers protection, highlighting the dangers outside the city. Xiaowan and Gubai react to the mercenary's sudden advance. A tattooed hand clamps down on Xiaowan's shoulder, stopping him cold. The masked mercenary gets uncomfortably close, leaving Xiaowan stunned by the sudden attention. Gubai watches the bizarre confrontation with a look of pure, unadulterated shock. The mercenary mocks Xiaowan's anger, completely unaware of the glowing blue power now radiating from him. In a flash, Xiaowan flips the larger man over his shoulder, using his own momentum against him. The mercenary's eyes widen in disbelief as he's slammed hard onto the ground. Xiaowan pins the man's head with his tattooed arm, ignoring his desperate calls for backup. Surrounded by a crackling blue aura, Xiaowan dares anyone else to challenge him. A blonde mercenary with a sniper rifle takes notice, sensing a dangerous, murderous intent from the newcomer. Just as the tension peaks, a loudspeaker crackles to life, interrupting the standoff. The blonde sniper, a man of authority, steps forward to investigate the disturbance. A woman named Sasha asks the deputy leader what's causing all the noise. A spiky-haired mercenary named Qi Ming casually assumes it's the arrival of fierce beasts. A technician named Ji Qing confirms his guess, reporting a thermal scan shows hundreds of incoming targets. The deputy leader calls up to the watchtower, demanding a report from his lookout. The sniper, Feng Lang, responds from his post, confirming the situation is dire. His scope reveals a massive horde of beasts stampeding towards them, due to arrive in minutes. The pinned mercenary desperately tries to form a truce, reminding Xiaowan they have a common enemy. Xiaowan's cold gaze remains fixed, weighing his options as the alarm spreads. He finally releases the man, issuing a stern warning to keep his distance. The mercenary scrambles to his feet, shouting for the deputy leader as chaos erupts. A fiery figure leaps atop a container, commanding the panicked crowd to remain calm. He declares that retreat is impossible, and their only hope is to stand and fight together. The other mercenaries recognize the speaker as Qi Ming, a prominent member of their squad. Xiaowan watches with grudging respect, noting that at least someone is taking charge. Qi Ming rallies the group, announcing he'll lead the charge but needs volunteers to defend the flanks. The deputy leader scans the crowd, disappointed to see only low-level fighters among the unaffiliated mercenaries. Stepping forward, Xiaowan shocks the crowd by revealing he is also a silver-level combatant. He immediately regrets his outburst, realizing the unwanted attention he's just drawn. Just then, another young man emerges, confidently offering his silver-level skills to the defense effort. The spiky-haired mercenary scoffs at the new volunteer, doubting the rich-looking man has what it takes for a real fight. Taking charge, Qi Ming issues orders, directing his lieutenants to arm the mercenary teams and secure the perimeter. He rallies the crowd with a defiant shout, urging everyone to fight for their lives as the mercenaries roar in agreement. The other new volunteer privately dismisses Qi Ming's leadership, telling Xiaowan to stay close for protection. The camera pans over the makeshift outpost, a fortress of shipping containers and watchtowers bracing for the imminent attack. Qi Ming sprints towards a fortified gate, calling out for the Red Ape mercenary squad to mobilize immediately. Fighters scramble to their positions, manning heavy turrets along the walls in preparation for the beast horde. A man in white robes clutches a glowing green pendant, offering a quiet prayer for the fighters' wisdom and courage. He stands serenely amidst the pre-battle chaos, asking for a blessing to protect all his comrades. The other mercenaries, including the new volunteers, listen to his words, their expressions hardening with newfound resolve. The masked mercenary wonders if Xiaowan is also a beastmaster. He compliments Xiaowan's fighting skills, implying he must be strong. The mercenary insults the other young man, favoring Xiaowan. He comments on Xiaowan's sharp words and Qiao Gubai's apparent fear. Qiao Gubai looks intensely uncomfortable. Xiaowan checks on Qiao Gubai, concerned for her well-being. Qiao Gubai admits to being nervous, but assures him she's fine. Xiaowan tells Qiao Gubai to stay close when the beasts arrive. The masked mercenary warns everyone to prepare for the incoming beasts. A horde of monstrous creatures races towards the outpost. A lookout orders the mercenaries to hold their fire, baiting the beasts into a hidden minefield. The lead creature stumbles, its foot triggering the first of the buried explosives. The desert erupts in a chain of massive explosions, engulfing the front line of the horde. The masked mercenary praises their technician's handiwork from behind his heavy turret. But the explosions barely slow the charge as more powerful beasts emerge from the smoke. From his perch, the sniper Feng Lang notes the creature's surprising resilience through his scope. Taking aim, he unleashes a powerful shot from his high-caliber rifle to thin their numbers. The energy blast slams into a charging beast, creating a brilliant flash of destructive light. His rifle ejects a massive shell casing, a testament to the weapon's raw stopping power. The shot pierces clean through the creature, but the rest of the horde continues its relentless advance. The sniper warns his comrade on the ground that beasts have broken through the perimeter. Automated turrets unleash a barrage of energy, trying to hold back the tide. But a swift creature dodges the blasts, prompting a taunt from the sniper about the technician's defenses. The technician shouts back in frustration, annoyed by the sniper's unhelpful commentary. The masked mercenary approaches the automated turret, unimpressed by its small caliber. With a grin, he rips the heavy weapon from its mount, believing bigger is always better. He unleashes a devastating hail of fire, personally taking on the advancing horde. His overwhelming firepower tears through a monstrous beast, stopping it in its tracks. The creature is slammed against the wall, neutralized by the relentless assault. Xiaowan's expression hardens as he announces the arrival of the more formidable bronze-level beasts. The other silver-level volunteer eagerly rubs his hands, ready to show off his skills. The masked mercenary lays down covering fire, ordering his team to deploy explosive barrels. Following his command, other fighters roll heavy gasoline cans over the wall toward the horde. The barrels crash down, crushing several beasts under their immense weight. From his perch, the sniper takes aim, firing a precise shot at the fallen containers. His bullet strikes true, igniting the fuel and triggering a massive chain reaction. The entire area erupts into a sea of fire, consuming the front lines of the beast horde. The masked mercenary, impressed by the newcomer's performance, offers a rare compliment. He proudly proclaims the Red Ape mercenaries are among the best fighters in the wasteland. Below them, a raging inferno creates a fiery barrier, temporarily halting the monstrous advance. A large, menacing beast emerges from the smoke and flames. The beast lands, its glowing turquoise appendages twitching. The mercenaries react to the arrival of a powerful beast. Xiaowan activates his Eye of Apocalypse, seeking information. The eye reveals the beast's stats and abilities. A larger, red-hued beast appears, even more menacing. More of these red beasts emerge from the smoke. The sniper Feng Lang targets the beast through his scope. Feng Lang reports the presence of several silver-level beasts. The deputy leader expresses disbelief at the number of powerful beasts. The masked mercenary assigns the other silver-level fighter to defend the backline. The other silver-level fighter confidently accepts the task. Xiaowan summons his golden-horned frog beast. The golden-horned frog's stats and abilities are displayed. The other silver-level fighter and his beast assess the situation. The silver-level fighter prepares a fiery attack with his beast. The red flame ape unleashes a powerful fiery fist. The silver-level fighter commands his beast for a special move. The red flame ape prepares a powerful attack. The red flame ape unleashes a devastating energy beam. The red flame ape grins fiercely, its fist crackling with concentrated fiery energy. It unleashes a rapid-fire barrage of flaming punches, a technique known as the Red Lotus Blast. The attack lands with devastating force, shattering the monstrous beast in a brilliant flash of red light.